Yeah, no excuses today. Absolute ripping weather conditions. Ground looks wonderful, Birrelly Park. Pre-game brought to you by Baker Motors. Rightio, guys, the other remaining games in round 3 of the Ovens and Murray. It is the Corowa Rutherglen Roos up against the North Albury Hoppers. Scotty? Roos and Hoppers?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? I'm going to go with the green and gold, and I think Corowa's performance last week showed that their improvement is there, but I think it's going to take them a good 10 weeks to really gel if they can keep everyone on the park before there might be a chance of maybe picking that one up on the way back.
Yeah, Freaky?
Yeah, I think the North will have to get the job done there. I think if over their first 2 weeks having a great start to the year, they would be disappointed if they were to drop today's game, but I think North will be too strong.
Okay, the Saints and the Pigeons up at the McNamara Reserve, Scotty?
I've tipped Myrtleford. I just feel Yarra a few injuries out. I just feel, it's going to be a tough one up there because Myrtleford always probably 4 or 5 goal better side up there.
Yeah, Freaky?
Yeah, I think Yarra Wonga will win up there, but I think it'll be a lot closer, obviously, as you touched on in the scorecard, the players that the Pigeons have got out, but I think the Pigeons will be too strong.
Okay, and Albury looking to make it 3 straight and searching for their first win.
Yeah, I think the Tigers at the sports ground this year are probably going to be the hardest team to play at home out of any team because they play their ground so well, they're so quick, they know how to move into those pockets. I think they're going to be tough, so Albury will get the job done there today.
Scotty?
Yeah, I'm going for Albury.
Okay.
Albury's way too good.
Yeah, very good. We've got the Rovers warming up now to the Emerald Avenue end. Or the left of the screen, if you're watching them a live stream, brought to you by Snap Print Solutions. And to the right, we've got the Raiders to the netball court end or the cricket hub end, Freaky.
Yeah, it certainly is. Beautiful cricket hub up there, mate. It's nice place in there.
Rightio, Freaky. Now, you do a sterling job each and every week on O&M Live, bringing us the stats. Thanks to 40 Winks. Who are we having a close look at this afternoon?
Yeah, we'll start with the Wodonga Raiders side of things. So we've obviously got Sam Darley, new recruit to the club, Tom Brasher, Brad St. John, Cam Ellis-Yeoman and Max Glass. And for the Wangaratta Rovers, we've got Lockie O'Brien, Filer, Sam Murray, Sam Catapan and Jack Gerish. The Rovers line up there. If those boys all run through the midfield today, you could make the argument that's probably one of the deepest and best midfields in the competition.
Just watching too, Parnell's warming up with the midfielders here with Wang Rovers. They'll be interesting to see. He's played down back the first 2 weeks, so maybe they're going to get him up around the footy a little bit more today.
Yeah, exactly. Freaky on the spot. Who'd be leading the disposal count for the O&M this year?
For the league wide.
Yeah.
Sector.
The
sector. I'm not too sure. There is 4 of the top 6 here today in this game. I'll just have to get me notes up.
Right.
Obviously, Darley and Ellis-Yeoman are in the top 2 of the top 6, and also is Lockie O'Brien and Sam Catapan. So we've got a few boys out here that can get plenty of the footy, and hopefully we can see it and they can use their skills to full display today.
Where do you reckon Darley will start, Scotty? Because he played back a lot last week.
Yeah, I think I'll start him off half back still. He's still getting used to the type of footy it is and how quick it is, obviously coming straight from Darwin, and it's a bit of a step up from where he was last year at Leeton.
Yeah, it was the Leeton Crows coach, and we've got a pretty handy crowd in too, haven't we?
A lot of noise down there, isn't there? It's good to see.
Isn't there what? So, looking forward to this. Great. Good crowd. What's going on here, Blaze?
I'll just watch the coin toss between Brad St. John and the 2 co-captains in Tom Boyd and Alex Marklew, and I'm guessing Marklew called it and he won it, and then had to look for Tom which way they were going to go. So Boyd had to point each sneaky point down to the cricket hub end, so the Rovers will kick to the cricket hub end or the right of your radio dial.
There you go. Our first quarter is brought to you by A-grade oils and batteries, and we're not far off going now, so the team's getting together for their final huddles. There's the Raiders inside 50 at the netball court end, and the Rovers again at the Emerald Avenue end. And looking forward to seeing who starts in the ruck for the Rovers. As we know, Will Christie out, Scotty. So Gaston's the obvious one, isn't he?
Yeah, and just watching them warm up too. They've hit the whole AFL type in the middle of the ground. No one bumped any assistant coaches like Coxie did the other week, but Gatto was the only ruckman in there. So I dare say he'll do the bulk of the ruck work, and I think me and Freaky spoke about it, that he might just do the middle of the ground and then let Tom Boyd do the defensive end and maybe Marklew do the forward end. So maybe just get a rest during play if he can, just stay in between the arcs.
Yes.
Sorry, Luke, I was going to say, I think that's the best way they can play it. If they keep him between the arcs and let, maybe a Boyd or someone do it in the back line and then keep Mark Liu in the forward half, just also using his bigger body, a kick behind the play to be able to nullify any quick transition or even any just bomb out of a congestion there that the Raiders might have trying to go forward. They'll always have a bigger body at the footy to be able to mark it and then hopefully repel and go forward again for the Rovers.
Yeah, so again, if you missed it, 6 changes to the team that faced the Tigers last week for the Raiders. So Lewis Waters, Tom Phillips, Liam Hickey, Ned Conway, Sebastian Quirk and Brendan Cantilla out of the team this week. In comes Indy Kotzer, Ben Hernan, Zach Whitsed, Baxter Jones, Zach Sattore and Harry Sweetman. And just that one change for the Rovers. Will Christie out and in comes Kem Chamberlain. The first quarter, as we said, is brought to you by A-grade oils and batteries. We're at Birrelly Park for the Rovers and the Raiders. Let's get it on. No excuses. As I was saying, the ground looks wonderful. Perfect conditions, Freaky.
Yeah, and Sam Murray straight in the middle of the ground. I love that move this year for the Rovers.
And here's Scott Montgomery to get us going for McRae Motors on O&M Live.
As we spoke about, Gaston to start for the Rovers in the ruck against Simpson. Ball goes up, Gaston. What a tap to Murray. Gets a little fumbly handball and it falls towards Catapan. Cam Ellis-Shulman gets the body in the way and falls away of his teammate Mitch Way. St John gets a handball over the top now to Ellis-Shulman. There's his first touch. Give it to him, Freaky, on the 40-wing stats. Great kick inside, 50 from Taylor. Finds a target in Nick Brasher, who takes a mark, 45 out. Slide angle. What a play by the Raiders.
Really great play there from Connor Taylor. He's someone that always impresses me when you come and watch the Raiders. Such a slight frame, but had really good composure there to find Nick Brasher in a bit of space inside forward 50. And this would be the ideal start for the Wodonga Raiders.
Spot on there, Freaky. Nick Brasher, known goal kicker. Second year with the Wodonga Raiders, coming from Chiltern. Gets a bit of an arc on his kick there. Kicks from 50. Sends it. Looks like it's going to fall a little bit short, a little bit wide, and just tap through easily for the first score of the day. Minor score to the Wodonga Raiders. They lead on the Steel Line scoreboard. One behind to the Rovers, yet the score.
Yes, Freaky said it would have been the ideal start. If you're a little bit disappointed with that kick, Nick. Good mark, though. As the Raiders went forward for the first time, here's Boyd out wide on the outer side and gets it to O'Brien. In fact, that's Wilson. And he wants to go up the line, about a 30-metre kick, right adjacent to the scoreboard, and the big man, Shane Gaston.
Out on the full.
Oh, it's cleared the chalk. Okay, so the Raiders win it back. So disappointing ball movement from the Rovers early on. Here they go again. That was Catapan. Off to Wilson. And here goes Jack Garish. Likes to put the foot down with those blue boots, and he sends it inside 50, and no one at home for the Rovers. All Raiders back there. Cripps trying to get to it. Oh, he slipped at a crucial stage. And the ball's gone across the chalk, Freaky.
Yeah, a couple of early touches on the 40-wing stat sheet for Brad St John, Cam Ellis-Yeoman and Sam Catapan as well.
That's Brad Freak, thanks to the Newmarket. Going to have a boundary throw-in 45 away. Hear Mark Arman quite loud, and now affects Mike. He's probably one of the louder coaches getting around, I reckon. Lukey, what do you think?
Yeah, I reckon you're right, Scotty.
I had to deal with him for a couple of years at Coraloogie, so I've still got sore ears from it. And I reckon that one's going to be called back. We spoke about the ruck contest, Ellis-Shulman versus Marklew. I don't think that was one we thought would happen early on. But Ellis-Shulman versus Marklew. Marklew gets to the front, taps it down. Crumming done, handball given to Glass. Glass gets it to Daly, a little bit hot if he gets through. Back to Glass now, another handball over. It was Cribbs, falls over. Handball to Follow. Follow quickly to Marklew. Marklew, snap around the body. Alex Marklew, if you don't mind. Sunjan goal of the day to Alex Marklew. First on the board to the Rovers. 2.5 minutes in on the Steel Line scoreboard. That's one straight, Wangaratta 6. And the Wodonga Raiders one behind.
Really good forward pressure there from the Rovers to be able to force. Just need the footy in the right bloke's hands sometimes, and Brody Philo generally makes the right decisions, and he gave it out to Alex Marklew. A really nice snap around on his right foot and just snuck in for a goal. So really good start there for the Rovers. Only had the one inside 50 for one goal on the 40-wing stat sheet. Yeah,
he doesn't need much room to impact the game, Alex Marklew, and there it was on show. Right foot snap, and he picks up the first goal of the game. So we've gone about 3 minutes here on the NZ Albury time clock. And there's the first on the board for the Brown and goal. Back in the middle, Gaston up against Simpson. Simpson goes again, try to get it out to Twycross. And they go back to Brad St John. In fact, Bowie got it to Twycross, and the ball's now come down just left of centre wing with Taylor. Fakes the hand pass and gets a high one inside 50 here to the Emerald Avenue end. Ellis-Yeoman went up. Ball came to ground level, fighting away from it. Cam goes again, gets it up to Nick Brasher. And then McQuaid comes in for the Rovers. So very tight in around the contest at the moment. High pressure here from both teams. Nick Brasher again, getting his hands to it. And then pulled out over the line was Baxter Jones. Holding the ball, he's gone. And the Rovers will get it here through Xavier Allison. He goes back. Scotty?
And away we go. Lockie McCartney, little handball back to Ellison. Just played on a little bit too early. Oh, it's a poor kick from Ellison, not what you want to see. Finds the young kid in Baxter Jones, has about 50 out, goes inside 50, looking for Alice Shulman, but well chopped off by Catapan. That's what you want to see from your midfielders, getting back and helping out. He plays on now, just to clear and kick out wide. Finds Alex McCarthy all by himself. No one near him. Little chip over to the hard-running O'Brien. O'Brien's got a teammate inside, but he's just going to keep going. He says, Nelson, keep up with me, and he can't quite get to him. O'Brien goes deep inside 50, looking for Markley. Markley out the back, takes the grab. What a ball movement. Elite body and paint play of the day. Very well played there from McCarthy and then O'Brien.
Yeah, beautiful play there by the Wangaratta Rovers. I think
as Markley plays on quickly, snaps around the body and pushes it wide. Not the finish he would have wanted, Alex Markley. It's another minor score to the Rovers. 1-1-7. Plays the Raiders one behind on the steel line scoreboard.
Yeah, so Darley to bring it back from the fullback position for the Raiders. Netball court end. He wants to go out the far side. Nice kick. And he picks up Harvey Cripps in the orange boots. Now he wants to switch it back broadcast side. The mark is taken by Ben Hernan. Plays on to Hernan. He's trying to find Mitch Way here. Gets him. So they retain possession here, the Raiders. Now he's going to cut inboard. Way. Kick didn't come off. McQuaid was all over it. And he's got it on true centre wing for the Rovers. Opening term here. They lead by 6 points on the steel line scoreboard. And we're going close to 6 minutes on the NZ time clock. Here's Philo, gets some space, levels up towards goal. 40 out, it's drifting in. Oh, what's the umpire going to signal here? He's taking his time, goal. So he took a while, Freaky. He took a while, he ate it up. But it is a goal.
Yeah, beautiful goal there from the Wangaratta Rovers. But you have to go back to Jace McQuaid in the middle of the ground there. Just a beautiful intercept mark in the middle of the ground, and just was able to set that up and get them moving forward. And, you know, Brodie Philo is probably one of the most dangerous players in the Ovens and Murray, where he's got a bit of time and space, running inside a forward 50 and able to have a nice shot at goal. So really good start there. The ranked numbers, they're first in the Ovens and Murray, the Wangaratta Rovers, over the first 2 rounds in intercept possessions, and Jace McQuaid showed why just there.
Yeah, spot on there. Brodie Philo just said one of the most dangerous, and he's one of the best kicks going around, I think. And this first quarter action is brought to you by A-Grade Oils and Batteries. Gone about 7 minutes here on the NZ Albury time clock. As the ball gets thrown up again, Gaston wins another tap. Give that one to him. Philo's first there. He's gone in the middle, but Alice Yeoman bodies him out of the way. Goes short to his captain in St John. That's Brad, the older brother. Dead centre of the ground. Could not get any more central. Plays on now. Just goes forward, heads towards the flank and looks for Brasher. Brasher's been dragged down, but the umpire says play on. Ball scrambles around now. Just a little bit of a scrum. Ball gets tapped out, and here go the Raiders. Great handball there to Bowie. Bowie plays on, gives it back to Charlie St Johnson. Charlie St Johnson goes deep to Tom Brasher. Well done, Lockie McCartney. Come over the top. Now some Bowie. Well crumbed. Quick handball to Ellis Yeoman, but he's been paid for a throw. And it'll be a clearing free kick to the Wangaratta Rovers, and I think the big ruckman, Shane Gaston, will take it.
Yeah, Gaston has got it. So Shane, a 25 to 30 metre kick to the outer side, trying to pick up O'Brien. Osborne is there though, mopping up. And he gets it out the back, and away they go, the Rovers. Down the outer side. So good ball movement. Playing on that side of the ground at the moment. And Wilson tried to get it down the line. That one didn't work. Here's Wyatt swinging it around. It's turned over again. So Finn Osborne with a couple of possessions here in the last 30 seconds. We're at Burley Park. It's the Rovers up against the Raiders. And the Rovers searching for 3 straight. And the Raiders, 1 win, 1 loss. Defended this time by Glass. He's in their defensive 50, the netball court end, and he plays on.
And it's a great kick too, finding Dale. That should be 50, and it is. Silly free kick there by Cam Chamberlain. 50-metre penalty, I should say. Cooper Daly is the recipient, and he's on the move. So the Raiders here will go inside 50 again, I would imagine. Cooper Daly, normally a great decision maker. Just looking for a teammate. He's gone short to St John. Brad takes an easy chest mark. About 70 away from goal. Just trying to pick the right option here. He's gone across the face of goal towards Brasher. It's Tom Brasher. Bit of front on contact. The number says play on. Great tackle from Nick Brasher there. The pressure from the Raiders inside 50. That's what you want to see from your big forwards.
Yeah, really good there. Tom Brasher probably a little bit more time than what he thought to be able to take that mark, but really good start for him.
Gasson and Kotzer. Kotzer wins a tap. Ellis Yeoman gets a handball now to Bowie. Bowie on the outside of the boot to the square, and it's tapped through. Be another minor score to the Raiders. That's their second behind for the game. And they're 2 points to the Rovers 13. 11-point lead. We've gone 9 minutes on the NZ Albury time clock. And, of course, that scores on the Steel Line Albury scoreboard.
On the 40-week stat sheet, the Raiders have had 4 inside 50s and so have the Rovers, but just haven't been able to capitalise on the scoreboard yet.
Charles Ledger has got the ball for the Rovers, and he goes with a 40-metre kick right out wide here. Alex McCarthy's got a bit of time and space to pick it up, and he sends it forward down towards the arc of the 50. Booth may have just taken the mark inside the field of play, wants to play on quickly, squaring ball here to Amory, and that was a little bit too easy, Freaky.
Yeah, it certainly was. Really good vision to go back inside because they're filling the hole in front of Mark Lou.
Here goes Elijah Amory, high kick heading towards the pocket on the near side, bouncing ball, and that one has gone through for one behind. So 2-2-14 plays 2 points here. The Rovers up on the Steel Line scoreboard. NZ Albury time clock has gone just over 10 here, opening term, Scotty.
Been a really dangerous start, I feel, for Alex Marklew in that forward half. He's trying to crash every pack. He's been involved in all their goals so far. I think they really got to try and nullify his influence because if he's a confidence player, if he gets up and about, he's going to be really hard to stop for the Raiders.
And that's Brad Freak, thanks to the Newmarket, as Darley now gets the Raiders out of the back half. Goes down the line towards Brasher. Great defensive work by McCartney again. Brasher's quick to get back to it. Gives a handball to Charlie St John. St John tackled straight away, gets it back to Tom Brasher. Brasher no look to Max Glass there. Under the pump here, the Raiders. What pressure from the Rovers, but it spills out. And here they go through Nick Brasher. It's a yard kick towards Kotzer, and Tom Boyd chops it off for the Rovers across half back.
Yeah, good work from Boyd. Squaring kick here to Finn Osborne. True half-back flank. Didn't he play a game in the Navarra Cup Grand Final last year in the thirds? Unreal. Actually went down to the Panthers. Oh, look at that kick from Murray. And he goes out wide to Amory, inside 50 to Booth. Wow. They are wide, but they do have another mark inside 50, Freaky.
Yeah, how about that play? And what about that kick from Sam Murray? We've seen it a couple of times already. Just that transition on the far side, get the ball moving quickly and just get it out into a bit of space. We saw it earlier with Markley, who took the mark, played on and missed. But we'll just see if Amory can have another shot here.
Stuart Booth here. 45 to 50 out, far side, netball caught in. He's latched onto that. That is one behind to the far side. 15 plays 2 on the Steel Line scoreboard. NZ Albury time clock has gone 11 and a half here. We're at Burley Park.
The guys on the wings and the flanks at the moment for the Rovers look like they're just working a lot harder than their defenders. So it's something Mark Arman will have to address pretty quickly, I reckon, because it could get dangerous if they just let it keep happening. As the Raiders now try to open up the game with changing the line of the footy. Here they go, they get moving. Kick comes wide to Glass. Glass goes short towards Mitch Way. Promising youngster Mitch Way, plays on quickly, well done. Goes towards Tommy Brasher. Brasher has to go back inside onto his right foot. Kick's not a great one towards Kotzer, gets over the back to his brother and Nick Brasher. Brasher gets pushed on the ground. First there, no, I think you're going to pay too high. I don't know what young Ben Hernan could have done there, but Alex McCarthy's the recipient, and he'll get it moving quickly towards Catapan.
Yeah, he does move it quickly. Then Sam Catapan into the middle. Here's Booth again. So he's getting his hands on the footy in this opening term. Now, they wanted to play that outer side, the Rovers here, the open side. Mark taken. They play on this time. Again, high ball inside 50. Mark Clue.
That's a free kick.
Was he taken down?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, he was. And he will get a free kick here. About 15 out, 45-degree angle, near side, netball court end, Freaky.
Yeah, it's a clear free kick there. Markley running back with the footy and just a bit of panic there from the Raiders defender. And he's played on and he's...
Oh, that's lazy.
Yeah, that was ordinary. So no one manning the mark, as Brad Freak said, for the Raiders. Mark Harmon will be filthy at that. And that's an early double for Alex.
Yeah, 3 shots on goal already for Alex Marklew. And as you touched on there, Lukey, probably just a little bit too lax there from the Raiders, not having anybody on the mark and just allowing him to run into an open goal. As we touched on, he's been really dangerous in that forward half. And he doesn't need any more confidence than he can already get, Alex, because once he gets rolling, that's someone that's really, really hard to stop. But The Rovers have started this game red hot, I feel. Their transition game looks really, really good. The ball movement from one side of the ground has been outstanding so far. Some of their kicking as well, Monty, over big distances. Sam Murray before was prime. Big 40, 50-metre kicks, hitting blokes lace out. It's hard to stop when your best ball users are using it well.
And I think with Sam Murray going in the midfield, it opens up the ground so much more than him kicking it from 30 out from goal. He's doing it through the middle of the ground and nearly going inside 50. So, as you said, Freaky's been great so far. As we have Kotzer in the ruck against Gaston. Gatson wins another one. I don't think he's lost one yet, but Charlie St John's the first on it for the Raiders. Gets the centre clearance, goes over the top. He's going to get a free kick here, I think, to Connor Taylor. And the Raiders will go inside 50. They need to do something with this one. They've wasted a couple of chances. Taylor moves it on quickly. Goes wide to a one-on-one towards Ellis Yeoman and Will Nolan. Nolan ends up with the footy, gives a handball to a teammate, and away go the Rovers to Lockie O'Brien. Oh, he goes straight to his hands. Charlie St John onto it quickly, gives a handball inside 50. Bowie it is, gets tackled straight away. Quick handball up to Ellis Yeoman. Ellis Yeoman throws on the hand, but Gaston intercepts for the Rovers. McCartney feeds it backwards towards Catapan, and the Rovers should be able to get out of this through Will Nolan.
Yeah, so many hand passes in close there as they go down the line through McCarthy. Mark Clue right up the ground, a long way from home. A couple of bites of that. Here's Darley. Good work from Sam. Squaring ball here to Brad St John, the captain. He played on. He had no idea that he's being run down by Wilson. And he'll take the ball here. True centre wing far side. So Dylan. Now, what's he got on here? Brad Freak spot on when he said the Rovers have made some really long kicks, Freaky, and they've been accurate.
Yeah, they certainly have, and their pressure game's right on. Dylan Wilson there, one of the great small forward tacklers in the competition. Just show his skills on display there.
He's spot on there, Freaky. He's the best. I'm giving him the best title, the best.
Yeah, he's great. He's a real barometer for the Rovers. When he's up and about, they generally play well.
Wilson's away here, half-forward flank. Left foot inside 50. Ball hits the deck here. Raiders mop up, though, and they get out of trouble. And that was Baxter Jones to the arc of the 50. Garish, though, might be coming back here, holding free kick. And this one's going to the Raiders. And Scotty, they dearly needed that.
Absolutely. Benny Hernan gets the free kick. Sam Darley gets the wraparound handball. Goes short to Tommy Brasher. Just need to control the footy here, I think, the Raiders. Been under the pump for a little bit. Just need to take a bit of heat out of the game. Feels me out on the legs. Tom Brasher's not sure what he wants to do. He's going to go backwards now. Not a bad decision. Finds Cooper Daly. As I said earlier, good decision maker. And he'll find a teammate in the far pocket. It's Cribbs. Cribbs goes short to Wyatt. Wyatt finds St John. And he's on exactly the same distance from the Rovers goal that Tom Brasher was in front of us, boys, on the other side of the ground. As he goes short, finds a teammate.
They defended the ground well here, the Rovers, haven't they? As you touched on there, Mont. The Raiders were on the same side of the ground, but they're able to move their defence across and really turn it over here and mark through Boyd.
That's the kick that's really letting the Raiders down at the moment. The one up with their half forwards. They just keep turning it over. And Tom Boyd takes a great inset mark and finds a teammate in Brody Philo.
Yeah, here goes Brody. And he wants to go back out the outer side, so a 20-metre kick. So they're patient here in their build-up, the Rovers. To Boyd, back to Philo. Now here they go. This is where they're really dangerous. Look at that delivery to Alex Marklew. He's about 70 out from home. He tried to shift the man on the mark. That was Cribbs. Umpire didn't buy it. Here goes Marklew. Sends it in. 40-metre kick. Bouncing ball. Did Murray get brought down?
No, the other way.
It's going to go to the Raiders. Is it Scotty?
Yeah, Cooper Daly, I think, sending the free kick. Sammy just tried to push him and probably grabbed hold of the arm.
Yeah, good. Well picked up. And then on to Brad St John, but he's going to be called back here around the mark. So at the moment, we've got 21-2 on the Steel Line scoreboard. The Rovers up here on the NZ time clock. We're almost gone 17.5. Let's go to Freaky for the new market.
Yeah, as you touched on there, the Rovers have been really hot to start this game, but the Raiders midfielders have got plenty of the ball. Brad St John's had 5 disposals, so has Cam Ellis-Yeoman, and Darley's had 7 on the 40-wing stat sheet.
And Tommy Brasher put him down for another one, I reckon. That's a great kick inside to Charlie St John. Needs to find a teammate. This is where they've turned it over a few times. He finds his big brother in Brad St John. The captain of the Raiders goes looking for Ellis-Yeoman, and he's found him. The other side of the ground. What can he do? Cam Ellis-Yeoman running from behind is Cribbs. Cribbs goes wide towards Satori. Satori gets worked under it by Boyd, but he gets back on it first, Satori. The former Wangaratta junior gets tackled straight away by Boyd. And we're going to have a ball up, and that's his first contest. And I reckon Tom Boyd just made sure he knew he was out there, coming from the Rovers last year. Lukey?
Yeah, you're right about that, Scotty. Yeah, the former Rover, hey, now in a Raiders Guernsey. About 70 around from the Raiders goal, Emerald Street end. And there goes Charlie St. John. He sends it in. Allison, he dropped the ball. Taylor plays on. Squaring kick. Nolan got a bouncing ball in the half volley. Did well in the end just to get it on the boot. The Rovers get out of trouble here. And now Amory. So they'll come to the centre wing. Here's Sam Murray. Let's have a look at this cannonball kick. Look at that. So good. Garish on the half volley. And away they go, the Rovers.
There you go, inside 50 towards that man, Marklew. Marklew just gets a bit under it, brings it to ground. Gets a handball now towards a teammate, Amory. He's got all the time in the world. Elijah Amory had more time than what he thought. Threw it on the boot. It wasn't quite good enough. Goes through for another minor score. Takes the Rovers to 22. The Raiders 2 on the steel line scoreboard.
There's that man, Alex Marklew, again involved in another forward thrust there for the Rovers. Obviously brought the ball to the ground there for Amory. Probably should have put that one through back in hindsight. It's had a relatively easy shot. So Rovers up to 10 inside 50s now on the 40-wing stat sheet in this first term.
Yeah, Sadali back out of that full-back position to Mitch Way. So you just feel as if they need a goal right now, the Raiders, because the Rovers have well and truly got the upper ascendancy. Yeah, and this one is going to Charles Ledger.
Pushing the back, I think it was.
Yep.
Only stand out in those blue boots.
Got to get a kick when you have boots like that, Lukey.
You do, Scotty. And there he goes, Charles. Yeah. No. Ledger has kicked it right into Wyatt, and he was sitting in a paddock of space. Ooh. Short to the outer side. Picks up Brad St. John, and they got it in their D50 here, the Raiders, at the netball court end.
In front of the old scoreboard, Brad St. John just kicks it up and under and says, go play for that Indy Kotzer. And he doesn't do too badly. Brings it to ground, but it's all Rovers. Ball spills out towards Gaston. Gaston can't quite pick it up. He's going to get taken high. No, the umpire says, great tackle there from young Sweetman. We're going to have a boundary throw in 60 away. On
the 40-wing stat sheet, Sam Daly up to 8 disposals, Brad St. John up to 7, Cam Ellis-Yeoman up to 6 for the Wodonga Raiders. For the Wangaratta Rovers, Sam Catapan's up to 5 disposals in this first term.
Ball's going to be thrown in. 60 away from the Rovers. Probably favours Kotzer. Now Ruckman said, no, we're not going for that. Throw that one back in, young fella, before the umpire even said it. And we'll have a replay here.
Jason McQuaid is sort of a man by himself. Charles Ledger as well, sorry. Kick behind the play here. So if the ball gets a quick kick forward, it could be easy coming back the other way for the Rovers. Give
Gaston another 40-wings hit out as he gets down to Sam Murray, who kicks it inside 50. Ball bounces for wide. It's a dangerous one. Marklew made him earn it. He gave away the free kick, but he definitely made him earn it. And here come the Raiders. Maxi Glass has it in the back pocket.
Yeah, so Glass goes in board. Now, Darley, I tell you what, he's going to have to put the foot down. Good hands on Mrs. Bowie. Fumbly. Now,
that's Darley. That's a 50-metre penalty.
Darley
yeah, it should be a 50.
Yep. Interfered with, was he, when he moved the penalty?
On? Yeah, he just held on to him as he after he handballed it. So the players down the field, as you called them, Monty, just a 50-metre penalty for the Raiders.
Okay, so 21 gone on the NZ Albury time clock. So they need a goal here, the Raiders. And they will get a free kick to Taylor. So Taylor, this is Connor. He's 60 out from home here on the broadcast side.
I just don't like that kick from Sam Daly. It's gone wide. They had a 2-on-2 inside 50. Get it nice and deep, I reckon, boys. It gives you a chance to set the ground up defensively instead of going wide here, where it's a harder chance to get back inside 50.
And nothing on Squizzy. He's probably not the biggest target in the world to be going forward to as well.
Here he goes, Connor. Sends it in. Boyd went up. Nick Brasher got hands to it. He was taken down in that tackle. Camilla Shulman sees the ball out of bounds here. So we will have a boundary throw in. Opening term, big day on OMFNL Live, and following this game between the Raiders and the Rovers, we will be heading to Norm Men's.
Is that the B team down there?
Yep. Well,
the B team.
The Baggies and the Doggies following this.
We're going to have a throw in. This young fella, I reckon he's got a game in under 8s tomorrow. Gets it in beautifully. Tap down, Charlie St. John's there, but gets worked under it. Connor Taylor kicks it backwards. Who does he find? He finds Cooper Daly, who's set up really well. He's worked a long way up the ground for a back pocket, but he goes inside 50 again, and it's a poor kick. Turns over straight away to O'Brien, who gets it moving to Philo. Here you go, the Rovers. Look at their runners on the outside. Finn Osborne out in a heap of space. No, it's Jack Garish, sorry. He's changed wings. Comes back inboard to Philo. Philo's worked up behind the footy. Now finds a teammate out wide. It might be McCarthy of the Will variety.
They've got about 3 Raiders players right in front of Alex Marklew, so he's probably done the right thing. Can't bomb away here because you'd be turning the ball straight back over to the Raiders.
Ball goes back now. Jace McQuaid's got it for the Rovers. Just have to find a bit of ground because there's a lot of players inside 50 at the moment. Finds a teammate in Osborne. I'll tell you what, Lukey, it's slowed right down. You take over from here.
Yeah, it has, Scotty. So they hold possession here, the Rovers. Just right of centre wing, far side, and he goes down the line. Didn't come off, trying to pick up Lewis. So the Raiders now have it. So what can they do here? Half-back flank, and they're still without a goal here in the opening term. So need something right now, but they're in their defensive 50. Here's Glass, and he comes this way. Oh, well done by Jack Kerrish, has intercepted the mark in front of Charlie St. John into Xavier Allison. Now, they've got a couple free here. One of them, Sam Murray. Now, this is a real worry. Here he goes, Sam. No, dropped it.
Good free
Cooper
kick.
Daly came in to interrupt the play here. And, giving a free one away. So here's Sammy from the middle, Scotty.
Yeah, good free kick there from Cooper Daly. If he had have taken that and played on Sammy, he was kicking it to the top of the goal square. Great kick, Samuel Murray. Inside 50, finds that man, Alex Marklew again, and he loves him from this range. He will arc around and have a shot from about 55, I reckon, Freaky.
Yeah, from 55 it'd have to be, but just another great kick there from Sam Murray. I know we don't keep the disposal percentage, but I reckon that they'd have to be going by 65, 70% by foot in this quarter, the Rovers. They're not missing many targets and they're hitting everyone that they can, and just another beautiful display kicking there from Sam Murray.
So the new captain of the Wangaratta Rovers this year, Alexander the Fud Marklew from 55. Oh, he runs around and drops the footy. He'll want his time again there, the Fud. As Cribs on the mark did a great job to get the footy and gets it out in front of Nick Brasher. Ball will sit up nicely. He's accosted straight away by Finn Osborne, and we're going to have a boundary throw in. But I tell you what, Elmer Fudd, he won't want the replay of that one.
Yeah, Alex, Freaky, he just he spilled his lollies as he went around the mark.
Yeah, he just sold it before he had it, I think, there, Luke. If we go around the ground, so Mr. Stoves, Poolworld, and the other games in the Ovens and Murray, North Albury 33, lead Corowa Rutherglen 19, Yarrawonga 14, lead Myrtleford 3, and Lavington lead Albury 13-4 in the first quarter of that game. Yeah, and away the Rovers go again on the outer side. It was Philo to Wilson, trying to get Sam Murray, missed him. And if you just tuned in, the Raiders still without a goal here as we tick over 25 minutes on the NZ Albury time clock.
One thing they have done, Lukey, they've really slowed up that ball movement for the Rovers. They've had to hold up a lot, especially across that half-back line, haven't they, Freaky?
Yeah, well, the last passage of play the Rovers had, they had 3 or 4 deep in their Rovers forward 50, so they couldn't bomb away, so it slows the Rovers up to make different decisions to what they normally would.
A 20-point lead here for the Rovers. They lead 22 points to 2 on the Steel Line scoreboard, and again, we'll have a boundary throw-in.
So that's really good signs for Mark Armour, the coaching staff of the Raiders. Obviously, a young side be able to switch modes like that throughout the game and implement what they need to on the fly is really positive signs for the Raiders moving forward.
Knowing how Armour operates, I reckon the runner might have been out there yelling and screaming for him to do it, Freaky. As all gets tossed in, Kotzebue, we give him that one against Gaston. Falls away, backs to Jones, gets the clearance, kicks it now out wide. Barnell is going to be beaten by the siren. And the ball just gets kicked away as that's the end of the first quarter. Wangaratta Rovers 3-4-22, leading the Wodonga Raiders 2 behinds, 22-point lead. Been an interesting quarter, that's for sure. A lot of fast ball movement and a lot of turnovers for the Wodonga Raiders. But you'll join us after this break for all the second quarter action, and we'll recap what's just happened in that first quarter on O&M Live, because on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. 1-800-777-777.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
.20 lead to the Wangaratta Rovers at quarter time. They lead 3-4-22 to the Wodonga Raiders, 2 points. It's been an interesting contest. 2 goals or a double to Alex Marklew for the Rovers, as well as a single to Brodie Philo. Now, Freaky, let's have a look at our McRae Motors best for the opening term.
Yeah, in that first quarter, we'll start with the Wodonga Raiders. I thought Brad St. John in the middle, his clearance work was really good, and Sam Daly off the half-back line, they're trying to repel everything, and his ball use has been good for the Wodonga Raiders. For the Wangaratta Rovers, I think it's the two men, Marklew and Murray. I think Marklew's been really dangerous up forward, as you touched on. Luke, he kicked 2 goals in that first term, and he had another. Probably could have had 3 or 4 shots a goal already.
Yeah.
Obviously dropped the ball out there, so he could be really dangerous today. And Sam Murray's the other one for mine. Him going in the middle is a big plus for the Rovers. Some of his ball use in that first quarter was absolutely elite. Some of the best kicking you'd see in the Ovens and Murray. If we have a look at the 40 Winks stats sheet, if we have a look at the team stats, it was relatively even for most of the quarter, but the Rovers, in terms of inside 50s, were able to get ahead later in that term. Had 13-8. They took 4 marks inside the forward 50. Interestingly enough, in the centre clearances, the Wodonga Raiders won every centre clearance, but I reckon Shane Gaston, as you touched on, Monty, throughout the call, won every hit out.
Yep.
So they're just not reading his palm work well at the moment. Once they do that, they're going to be able to move the ball a lot quicker. If we have a look at the player stats, Sam Daly had the 9 disposals, as we touched on. Brad St. John had 7, 6 each to Max Glass and Cam Ellis-Yeoman. Tom Brasher had 5 too. And for the Wangaratta Rovers, Brodie Philo had the 7, Sam Catapan had 5, Sam Murray had 5 disposals as well.
Scott Montgomery, how have you seen the first term?
Yeah, but we spoke about in the pre-game, both teams want to play the same way. They want to try and slingshot from half-back and get it moving off the line if they can. Every time they've got out wide, they've tried to get back through the middle, and the Raiders just haven't quite got the same skill level at the moment, I feel, compared to the Wangaratta Rovers, because you see Sam Murray, when he's changing the line, he's breaking 50 metres with his kicking, whereas the Raiders going a little bit shorter, and it's a little bit harder and a little bit easier to defend for the Rovers, and that's what they're doing, is chopping them off around that half-forward line through the middle of the ground and giving themselves more looks inside 50 than what the Raiders have been able to generate so far.
As we touched on in the first quarter, in the opening 2 rounds, the Wangaratta Rovers are the number 1 intercept possession team in the competition, and they were able to cut it off at various times there through Boyd and McQuaid. If you look at the Raiders going the other way, they kick it really quickly, where Rovers, when they haven't got the time, they've been able to slow down their ball movement, been a little bit more methodical and find the right option. So for the Raiders, I feel, and to get into this back into this game or get into the scoreboard more, they just need to be a little bit slower, a little bit more methodical at times rather than just rush the whole time.
Yeah, it's a good point. Let's see how they go. So not far off the second term starting here. It's brought to you by Jayco Albury Wodonga. This is OMFNL Live. It is the Raiders up against the Rovers, and the Rovers have a 20-point lead here at, the start of the second term. So let's see if the Raiders can hit the scoreboard. They'll want one early, Scotty, to get their confidence going.
Absolutely, they will. They need to break that duck, don't they, as quick as they can and just get a bit of momentum, because once momentum starts, you can really get a roll on.
Gaston and Simpson back in the middle. Let's have a look. Simpson got up high. Well done. Here's Cam Ellis-Yeoman trying to bore his way through. Umpire says holding the ball. And here go the Rovers. And they send it forward through O'Brien. McCarthy. Ball came down in front. Now this is Amory. Searches for a teammate. Gets it out the back. Parnell. And puts the foot down and he breaks away. Now puts it on the boot. Long one inside 50. And coming out there was McCartney. Was it his Booth? Gets brought to down. He might be gone here. Umpire said, yep, and the Raiders will get it. So that's good pressure, Scotty.
Yeah, absolutely it was. That's what you want to see from your defenders. Get beaten in the air and the forwards first there, but lay that tackle on. It's Cooper Daly who's been great so far. Goes short to Cam Ellis-Yeoman. Having a bit of a field day. Another 40-wing stat right there. Finds now some Bowie. Bowie goes wide. Finds a teammate. They're trying to be a little bit more methodical here, the Raiders. I'm sure that's what Mark Harmon's messaging would have been. As we go in front of the scoreboard, he finds a teammate in Nick Brasher. Brasher's been working hard. He's that link forward for them. Goes long and deep inside 50. Great spoil there from McQuaid, but too quick with the Raiders to the front. But Gaston's the first one there. Feeds back now to McCartney. McCartney's in a lot of trouble. Trying to take him on. I think you're caught, Lockie. You are. Tommy Brasher, what a tackle. Elite body and play. A play of the day from Tom Brasher.
Yeah, really good forward pressure there from Tom Brasher for the Raiders. As we touched on it, really nice methodical play then. Didn't blaze away. Nick Brasher got a really long kick down to Simpson there in the forward half and was just able to get a quick kick forward. And, yeah, really nice pressure there. Gives themselves an opportunity. And some of the class of Tom Brasher expecting to put this one through.
As we spoke about, a bit more methodical from the Raiders, that lead up. I'd like to see that. Hope it continues. And Tommy Brasher was able to put the forward pressure on. Rolls in now. Shot from about 30. Kicks it. God, that class doesn't miss those ones. Sunjan goal today. Tommy Brasher gets the first for the Raiders. 2 minutes into this second quarter. They really need it. Takes them to 1-2-8. Trailing the Wangaratta Rovers. 3-4-22 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
Probably deserve that in many respects, the Raiders. They, at times in that first term, they had a lot of play in their forward half. As we said, they had the 8 inside 50s, but only for the 2 behinds. They just sometimes rush their kicks in, and the Rovers were able to set up behind the ball. So some really nice forward pressure there from Tom Brasher to be able to get the tackle and put their first goal on the board. As you touched on, Lukey, the momentum of the game could shift towards the Raiders. Just needed to get that first one in this quarter and just really build into it as the game wears on.
Absolutely, Freaky. That's the one they wanted. That's what they needed. They're away now. And as both yourself and Scotty have said, just composed at the start of this second term. Just keeping their heads and moving the ball nicely. Rightio. We'll have a secondary stoppage here back in the middle. Umpire to call for it on a beautiful day in Wodonga. Let's have a look. Gaston and Simpson. Ellis-Yeoman, wonderful work. Try to get it to Bowie. And then Mitch Way at ground level. Sam Murray tears his way through, gets it out the back. Look at that to Gaston. And then Gaston on the boot to Truston half forward for the Rovers. Oh, well done by the Rovers, and they did it nicely. It was Hernan getting it away. It ends up with Mitch Way, and they come here to Cam Ellis-Yeoman.
And that's great play by the Raiders defence. Ellis-Yeoman now moves it on quickly in. Squizzy Taylor, what can he do? Decides to go back over his mark. Well defended from Lockie O'Brien. Connor Taylor's going to go deep inside 50 now. He's looking for a target. No, Tom Boyd, but out the back. Here we go. The big fella Simpson gets onto it quickly. Just hit the boot. That will do. That's a goal. Lachlan Simpson, Sunjan goal today. A little bit fortuitous, but it's a goal from the goal line.
Just at the right place at the right time there. Big pack, and the big fella was at the back of it all by himself and just be able to just got it, as you called there, Monty, just got a little toe poke on it to get it over the line. And perfect start here for the Wodonga Raiders. They've had 2 inside 50s on the 40-wing stat sheet in the second term for 2 goals. Able to get right back into this game now. Only an 8-point deficit after trailing by 20 points. Only a matter of minutes ago at quarter time. So really, really nice start here for the Raiders.
Yeah, that's it, Freaky. So the Rovers with the first 3 goals of the game in the first term to Mark Lew with a double and Philo with a single. And now the first 2 goals of a second stanza to the Raiders through Brasher and Simpson. Tom Brasher, that is. Rightio, back in the middle again. Here's Brad St. John. He's trying to tear away. Now, they're fighting away for it at the coalface. It's going to be wrapped up here. And the umpire, again, is going to take it. Rightio, all of a sudden, the crowd gets up and about here, Scotty. Raiders supporters into it, and we've got a real good contest.
Absolutely. You feel the lift, can't you? The intensity's definitely lifted around the footy from the Raiders. But here go the Rovers through the centre of the ground. Catapan, great tackle there from young Hernan, and gets out to his captain in St. John. There's a bit of a scuffle behind play, but we'll worry about the football as Allison plays a good tackle. Charlie St. John gets a handball back. Max Glass feeds it back as well. Misses Darley, but Darley's first there. Cooper Daly helps out and mop up. Gets it to Glass, and away they go through Charlie St. John again. Weaves around a couple, just gets it high up and under. 2 Rovers camped under it, and Sam Murray takes an intercept mark, and away they go.
He does, and he goes into McCarthy. And Mitchway mans the mark this way to Osborne. Now he's dangerous when he's got time and space. He's going to drill it in with a low ball, trying to get Mark Clute just out of his reach. Over the back it went. Ball spits out the side. Amory back to Osborne. Palms off way. Gets the handball inside here to Filer. Look at that. Back to Osborne. Now he needs some room. Well, just gets a squeezing ball out to Catapan. Back to Garish. Jackie Boy wants to swing back towards the middle. Great pressure from the Raiders here. They're forcing the Rovers back. Now a kick in from Gaston. Bouncing ball. Charlie St. John gets it off the glass. Nice work to Camillus Yeoman. They need a kick here, Scotty.
They need to clear it, don't they? And they don't. They miss the handball. Charlie St. John gets taken to ground, and so does Ellis Yeoman. Stu Booth fights for it and just knocks it in the path of Gaston. Great handball, the big ruckman to Xavier Ellison, who goes bang! Not quite good enough. To the left, misses. But, geez, the pressures from both sides really gone up again in this second quarter, boys.
If I'm Mark Armand and the Raiders coaching group, that's the clip you'd be showing through the week. Just some really good fight there. Didn't allow the Rovers to have a clear run into their forward 50 and just was able to nullify everything. Just a really nice handball there from Gaston to get it out in space. Would lead to that shot at goal, but really good pressure from both sides to start this second term.
9-point lead here to the Rovers on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard. NZ Albury time clock has gone 6.5 minutes here, second term. Catapan ducked under the tackle. Mitch Way got brought down by Garish. Umpire to have it here. Left of centre wing on the broadcast side. Good afternoon to you, wherever you may be listening to OMFNL Live this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the action. Doubleheader, of course, as we said. Raiders and Rovers right now, and at 5 p.m. we head off to the Maggies and the Doggies.
Free kick for an infringement in the ruck against the big Frenchman. Goes the way of Simpson, who feeds it to Darley, putting down for another 40 wink there. I reckon he's up to about 15, Freaky.
12 years, Mike.
12, close enough. As Tommy Boyd takes an intercept mark. He's been doing this all day, setting up really well behind the footy. What can he do now, Boyd? He's happy to just take a bit of ground, just control the game. Finds a teammate in McQuaid. McQuaid goes even further back now towards Chamberlain. Coming this week for the first game for the year. Plays on, goes wider towards Osborne. Not a great kick, made Osborne work, and he's missed him. And, geez, you wouldn't be happy about that. You've conceded 40 metres and got a boundary throw in. So the Raiders will be very happy. They're defending the ground how they want to do it.
Yeah, they certainly have defended well there. Obviously not Chamberlain's best kick there, but it'll give the Rovers a chance to set up behind the ball here.
Yeah, Sam Murray wouldn't be happy with that at all, Scotty. Some poor ball use in their deep 50 by the Rovers. An unforced error. Simpson down in front. Bowie got it out to Scammell, then to Charlie St. John, looking for Mitch Way. Parnell came over the top. Mitch Way goes again on the boot, bouncing ball inside 50 to the netball caught on. Nick Brasher got a shocking bounce. Tom Brasher gets spun around in a tackle. He's brought to the deck by McCartney. And the umpire is going to take it. Freaky, we'll go to you for the new market.
Yeah, Charlie St. John's one that's really impressed me today. Obviously only a young fella coming into the side, but he's been really, really strong, I think, for the Raiders today.
Just another scuffle. I reckon we get another ball up here, boys. Yep. As the umpire blows his whistle. Bottom of the pack was young Zach Whitstead into the side this week. The ball gets tapped down by Kotzer. Falls the way of Allison for the Rovers. Handball over the top. Here we go. Is that Whitstead? It is. He's hit the goal from nothing. First on the footy. Zach Whitstead puts it through from the top of the goal square. Sunjan goal of the day. And all of a sudden we've got a ball game, boys. Takes the Raiders to 3 goals, 2-20. The Rovers are yet to score in this second quarter, and they are 3-5-23. 3-point ball game on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard.
3 inside 50s in this second quarter for the Wodonga Raiders on the 40-wing stat sheet for 3 goals. So beautiful efficiency for the Raiders in this second term, and yeah, right back in this game, only a 3-point ball game now. And really, it all started, as we touched on, with that defence that they had, that pressure not to allow the Rovers to have easy entries inside their forward 50 a couple of minutes ago. They've been able to get the ball at the other end and put it on the scoreboard themselves. So really good defence has led to that goal there for the Wodonga Raiders.
Yeah, first 3 goals to the Rovers, second 3 to the Raiders. We'll go around the grounds very shortly for Mr. Stove's pool world. And here goes Lewis inside 50, Mark Clue 1 out. Down there with Cribbs, good well done by Cribbs. Darley working overtime back there in the first quarter and a bit. Tried to get it out to Hernan, dropped what he should have taken. Now he's in trouble. Lewis has got him. Umpire said you're gone. So the Rovers get it. 60 out from home here. Lewis plays on to Philo. Look at that one, Scott Montgomery. How high is that? Heading towards the point post on the far side. Do they keep it in? No. It's gone across for 1 behind. So 24 plays 20 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. NZ Albury time clock. It's gone 10 minutes 15 here, second term.
Big Shane Gaston takes the mark from the kick out. Not what he wanted. He's got Lockie O'Brien running past, but the big Frenchman just says, "Nah, I've got this lock. I'll do something." Not sure what he's going to do. He's about 50 out the mark. So he's going to have to kick it from all of 55. He's still having a look now. Taking his time here, Gatto. Just goes to the pocket there, searching for a teammate. Oh, good grab. Who is that?
Sam Murray.
Sam Murray. How good is that? Falling to the ground, just over his head. He just does not drop those, Freaky.
No, he certainly doesn't. Really good body use there. Just gave a little push in the back there at Cooper Daly and just been able to nudge him under the ball a little bit. And Alex Markley did some really good shepherding behind him to not allow his Raider defender to come over the top and spoil him. So it'd be a tricky shot this from that pocket for a left footer. It'll take his best effort.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure what Gatto was doing. He was just ignored a few leads and then he's gone to the pocket. But when you're going to the coach, you're going to get a game next week, aren't you? So Sammy Murray starts to make his way. Tough angle, as Freaky said, very hard from this position for a left footer. Sends it on away, Sammy, but he's happy as soon as it hit the boot. If you don't mind, Sam Murray straight through the middle. Just to break a bit of momentum that the Raiders had going. Gets the game back out to a 10-point game. And on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard, we have the Wodonga Raiders are 3-2-20. And the Rovers are 4. Sorry, boys. This scoreboard takes a little bit. 4-5, is it? 4-5-29.
Yeah, really, we should have known Sam Murray was going to put that one through. His kicking boots have certainly been on today, and that was probably one of the toughest kicks you're going to have as a left footer on the wrong side, and he just really split the middle. Sorry, Monty, I got you wrong there. 4-6-30s.
Killing me.
Sorry, mate. That was not my fault.
Yeah, have you ever seen a man come in with a more calculated approach at goal than that? So deliberate and straight through the middle from Sam Murray. And Nick Brasher off to Darley. Then went to Glass. And Lewis is playing well in the second term. Off to McCarthy. Gaston. Twycross has got him. What's the umpire going to say? Gone here. So the Raiders win it on half back. So well done by Ned Twycross. Little man on the big man. At the moment, they trail by 10 on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard. NZ Albury time clock has gone 12 and a half here, second term at Burley Park. Nick Brasher up the line, well done to Taylor, and he swings around as Connor. Up inside 50, Tom Brasher got rid of his man in Lockie McCartney, worked him under the ball. Play goes on. Ellis Yeoman up against Boyd. Out the back, Tom Brasher, and brought down heavily by McCartney. High tackle, Scotty.
The umpire ended up playing a push in the back, but I thought it might have been a bit high.
Okay, so Tom Brasher with the pill here. Now, he's right in front of the clubhouse in the pocket. Acute angle. This is tough, Ricky.
It's pretty much the equivalent the kick that Sam Murray just had, but at the other
Probably
end for
tougher.
a right foot.
Probably tougher.
For a right footer. I'm pretty sure the past players will let you know if it's a goal or behind.
He's gone banana, and no. Just hooked it too early. That's through for 1 behind. So the margin back to 9 points on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. The Rovers lead here in the second term. It's brought to you by Jayco Albury Wodonga.
And we might just get a few scores from around the grounds thanks to Mr. Stoves, Freaky.
Yeah, North Albury 52 lead Corowa 26, Yarrawonga 27 lead Myrtleford 23, Lavington 20 lead Albury 17.
Ooh, that's a big one, isn't it? As the Rovers clear the back 50. Nice mark from McQuaid, gives it to Philo. Philo on the run now, gets moving, comes back through the middle. What a pull of the trigger that is. Finds Will McCarthy. McCarthy's just going to keep coming across the ground towards Garish. Garish is going to get held up. Gets a handball over the top now. Look at that hard running from Lockie O'Brien, who's going to send it long and deep inside 50. And what a kick! Finds Stewie Booth straight in front, if you don't mind. Look at that for a transition of play from the Wangaratta Rovers.
Yeah, beautiful kick there by Lockie O'Brien, but really, really smart leading there by Stewie Booth. Nick Brasher just probably a little bit got caught ball watching a little bit, just ducked back and then went around to his left, and just beautiful vision as well from Lockie O'Brien to be able to find his teammate, and beautiful skill execution. And haven't we been seeing some beautiful kicks today from both sides?
That was one from Brody Filo through the middle too, boys. Unbelievable to find Will McCarthy as Stewie Booth. Normally a beautiful kick for goal, and this time is no exception. Straight through the middle. Umpire does not move. Puts the two fingers up. Takes the Rovers to 5-6-36. The Raiders 3-3-21 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. What a play. That's an elite body and paint play of the day.
Yeah, Lockie O'Brien probably hasn't had a heap of the footy today, only the 5 disposals so far on the 40-wing stat sheet, but when he gets it, he can be so damaging like he is there. And if we have a look at the 40-wing stat sheet in this second term, Brody Filo's up to the 4 disposals, Sam Murray's had 3. For the Wodonga Raiders side of things, Sam Daly's had the 5, and 4 each to Cam Ellis-Yeoman and Max Glass in this second term.
Yeah, and if you've just tuned in to O&M Live, the Raiders kicked the first 3 goals of the second term through Tom Brasher, Lockie Simpson and Zach Whitsett. And the Rovers wrestling back momentum through Sam Murray and Stuart Booth. Now here's Brad St. John. And he goes out wide. And both the boys went down. Garish with it on the half-back flank here for the Rovers. Swings around. Wants to head back towards the centre. Good mark from Catapan. 20-metre kick. Up the line, finds O'Brien, feeds Garish, and away they go again. The Rovers inside 50, Emerald Street end. Mark Clue at the back, 2 bites. Umpire said play on. Ball comes out the back. Murray searches for it. Twycross goes in, swings around to Sam. And, well done from Darley, getting back and taking the mark for the Raiders.
Unbelievable play there again from the Rovers through the middle of the ground. They are starting to really put the foot down here. They are looking dangerous. But Sam Darley, great diving mark. And again, another great use of the footy. What's his 40 wing stat at the moment, Freaky?
Sam Daly's up to the 14 disposals in this game.
Been great for the Raiders back there. Found his captain in Brad St. John, who just pumps it long and wide towards Nick Brasher, the leading forward. Falls over the back. First there, the Rovers picks up cleanly. Alice Yeoman, wow. Here he goes. Can he do it? Just tries to funnel the ball to himself and now kicks off the ground. Just needs to be clean. Bit fumbly. And Boyd gets back and chops the footy off. Kicks it around the corner and finds a teammate in Ledger. Ledger gives the handball now to O'Brien. O'Brien keeps it moving forward. Here we go through Dylan Wilson. Wilson's, what vision that is. Will McCarthy, 55 out from goal. Looking for a target inside 50. Moves it on quickly on that left foot. Gets it nice and deep towards the Fudd. Elmer Fudd, he went to play on then. I reckon now. And now he's pinged him. Now not called play on. Yep, holding the footy. Great work, heads up work there from Harvey Cribbs to make sure that he couldn't play on because the Fudd wanted them to get it moving. And here go the Raiders through Hernan.
Yeah, back pocket. Shifted to Scammell. Inside D50. Emerald Avenue end. Then to Twycross. So they've set up nicely here, the Rovers. So let's see if the Raiders can work it up the ground. So now Cribbs has got it in the opposite back pocket. Far side. 36 plays 21 here. The Rovers up on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Ends at Albury time clock. Has gone close to 18 here, second term. Great conditions. They go to Cooper Daly. So still inside D50 here. They haven't made much territory at all, the Raiders. Rovers have really got them jammed up. Here's the dump kick down the line from Cooper Daly. Big fist over the top from Xavier Allison. Nolan gets it off. Rovers going again. Swinging around. Let's have a look who's back there. Well done. And getting back was Cribbs for the Raiders, and they shoot it out the other side.
Done some great things in the last couple of minutes. Cribbs finds his captain in St. John. St. John keeps it moving towards the little brother and Charlie. Charlie St. John has the footy now. Goes in board, but it's a poor kick. Chopped off well by Catapan. Catapan gets a handball back now to the captain in Boyd. Boyd finds Garish, who does a bit of a shimmy and a shake and gets a handball back towards Catapan. Catapan's clean with the no-looker towards Boyd. Boyd now goes inside 50 with a scrubbing kick. Chopped off by Lewis. Haven't called his name too often now and goes short towards the Fudd, but it's touched off the boot. The Fudd's caught again. Well, he won't be happy with that, Elmer Fudd. Last 2 touches, caught hold on the footy inside 50. He'd rather be kicking 2 goals, I reckon.
Yeah, he certainly would be. He's had a few opportunities up there, but really good defence from the Raiders on him. We touched on him at quarter time. He's really dangerous, and the Raiders have been red hot him on this second term. Haven't really allowed him to get in this game at all after quarter time.
And the Raiders, again with possession here. So they're pushing troops out to the broadcast side. Or Scammell was trying to. Here's McCartney. Swings around, tries to get it to Garish. Well done by Jack Garish. LeVay turning and gets one inside to Gaston. On to O'Brien. O'Brien left foot squaring ball. Look at that for a kick. Into the path here of Mark Clue. Swings around, looking at his third. Not much of a kick. That's floating away to the far side. And that's gone through for one behind. So 37 plays 21 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. NZ Albury time clock's almost gone 22nd term here, Freaky.
Yeah, 5 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet for Lockie O'Brien in this second term. His vision and his kicking is really a massive highlight for the Rovers and in this game. Just he's been able to find his teammates in a bit of space. It's been first class.
Talking about kicking, the kicking from the Raiders from the back half has been fantastic. White then from full back, really, really impressive. As the Raiders get moving now towards Mitch Way. Well done, Shag, and Nolan gets out the back. He's going to be the first back on Nolan. No, he's not. Whitstead, where'd that pace come from? Gets a handball over towards Brasher. Brasher fumbles, but gets back on it first. Gets it inside 50 towards his brother and Nick, who's going to get a free kick. That's what you want. Quick ball movement, one-on-one. Defenders were the ones to grab the jumper. And Nick Brasher will go back and has a very gettable shot here, Freaky.
Yeah, it definitely is. He'd probably be kicking from about 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle. But there hasn't been too many times today where we've been able to see the Raiders get really quick transition like that and just put the Rovers back line under a little bit of pressure. Really smart use there by Tom Brasher to get it in quick, and yeah, well-deserved free kick there for the Raiders.
And that's Brad Freak, thanks to the Newmarket, as Nick Brasher now gets moving. Sets sail from 45. Looks good. He's happy with it. Umpire does not move. Bit of sunburn on the nostrils as he looked at that one go straight through the middle. Thank you very much. 4-3, 27 the Raiders now to 5-6, 36 the Rovers.
They've been unbelievably efficient going forward in this second term, the Wodonga Raiders. They've only had the 5 inside 50s, but they've been able to kick 4 goals from those 5 entries. So making the most of it, where in the first quarter they probably didn't get as much as they probably hoped for. So keeping themselves right in this game. Their defence has been outstanding so far in this second term, and the Rovers have thrown a lot at them in the last 10 minutes to only allow the 1 goal and then get that one back, really just to try and nullify some of the momentum that the Rovers was getting.
Just a correction on the CMV Truck and Bus, it's 5-7 for the Wangaratta Rovers, so a 10-point lead. We're going nearly 22 minutes on the NZ Albury time clock.
Yeah, that's right. So 4 goals to 2 in this term in favour of the Raiders. Here's Cam Ellis-Yeoman trying to get it out to Bowie. Philo and Bowie, they do battle. Well done by Philo. Right out wide here. Now spinning around was Parnell. Right foot. A wide ball as the Rovers have it now on their half-forward flank. Just left of the scoreboard. Back to Parnell. Now, the Raiders are playing one-on-one at the moment. Ball goes down forward. Let's have a look down there. Mark Clue gets a handball out to O'Brien. Wide now to Booth. Right foot snap. Wilson has a clear run at this. Ball's gone out of bounds here in the pocket. Emerald Avenue end. Broadcast side, Freaky.
Yeah, just even the hands there from Lockie O'Brien. Just nice and quick. Straight in the midriff as well for his Rovers teammates. So he didn't have to bend over and get a quick shot away there in Booth. So, yeah, he's looking really dangerous, really building into this game. 6 disposals in this second term. Lockie O'Brien on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Thanks, Freaky, for the Newmarket. The ball gets in. We're going to call this one back. I thought that was a good call there. I think it was Ash Broughton down there. He doesn't miss too many of them. Great decision. And the young fella down there who's got the game in under 8s tomorrow, he'll toss this one back in. We have Alex Marklew and Simpson going to go one-on-one. It's going to get tossed back in about 15 metres out from the Rovers' goals. In it comes. Oh, great tap there from the Raiders, and away they go through Sweetman. Sweetman missed the target, and Wilson gets on it for the Rovers. Feeds it back to Parnell. Parnell goes out, just gives a little chip kick to Dylan Wilson. He might be a little bit far out for Dylan on a very tough angle. He'll be looking for a teammate, and he's found one short, has he? He's missed him. Falls short of O'Brien. Feeds it back now to Wilson. Wilson's got 3 touches in 30 seconds there. Gets it on the boot to the top of the square. Yellow Shulman goes back with courage. Falls to ground, and here go the Raiders. Kick it wide, and it's a foot race, and Shaggy Noel's going to be the first one there.
Yeah, here's Noel, and let's see what he can do. Good gather. But he turned it over to Tom Brasher, and here we go. The Raiders trying to get Nick. Oh, beautiful fist over the top from McQuaid, but it ended up in the hands of Brad St. John, and he goes away, has a bounce, had nothing in front of him. You put a short kick in. And now here come the Rovers through Chamberlain. Taylor comes through in a timely manner. Got it up to Brad St. John. He's brought down in a tackle. Umpire said play on. This game's lifted about 3 notches, I reckon. McCartney out the back to Chamberlain. And they get it to Ledger. Rovers have it on the last line of defence of a netball court end.
And Ledger plays on quickly. They want to get it moving now. And look at the space they've got out the far side. Catapan's found a heap of it. He gets it moving quickly to Will McCarthy. McCarthy gets chopped around the ears, but umpire says play on. Parnell's trying to keep it up to himself, and it works out well. Gives the handball back now to Osborne. Osborne finds Mark Clue, about 70 from goal. No one inside 50 for the Wangaratta Rovers, and about 3 or 4 Raiders players. They're starting to move forward now. They really need to find a target because there's not much forward still and a lot of Raider jumpers in front of them. It's McCarthy. Will McCarthy gets moving. Just tries to chip it in a hole of space, but there's no one there except the Raiders. And it was young Bowie who just punched it, but no one really there again. Justin Lewis finds it, gets it, handball over the top. Great handball was to Markley. Markley, it's taken high, he's still down. Ball falls to Catapan at the top of the goal square, and it's a goal. Goal from nothing really from the Rovers. Really had to work for it, and Catapan puts it through. Takes them to 6-7, 43. 4-3, 27 the Raiders.
Yeah, just kept getting the ball forward there. I thought Markley was probably a little bit hard done by. Probably got copped one a bit high there. But Sam Catapan in the right place at the right time. Up to 12 disposals now on the 40-wing stat sheet in this game. If we go around the grounds for Mr. Stove's Pool World, in the other matches in the Ovens and Murray at the moment, North Albury getting the job done against Corowa, 66-27. Yarrawonga, 41, lead Myrtle for 24. And the Lavington Panthers, 9 points up against Albury, 29-20 in that game.
Great work, Brad Freak. What a quarter of footy. 7 goals in total. 4 to the Raiders, 3 to the Rovers. It's been fantastic. 43 playing 27 on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard. Rovers up here. NZ Albury time clock has gone 26. We're getting close to the long break. And we'll have the halftime show brought to you by Elders Rural. As we get another stoppage, just left of the centre. He'll clear the ball here, Gaston. And Camillus Yeoman on the right boot, swings it around, bouncing. Inside 50, netball court end. Tom Brasher front spot, McCartney out the back. Here's Twycross. Thought he got ripped around and got his head taken off. Umpire said play on. Chamberlain to Scammell, dances around left foot. They've got another. They've got one, the Raiders. They hit back. So that brings it back to a 10-point margin. And what a goal here, Freaky. In fact, it might have been Max Glass, was it?
Nah, it's Archer Scammell.
It was Archer Scammell down there. Beautiful. Just weaved through a little bit of traffic and a really nice left foot snap there. As we touched on, just the real the efficiency of going forward in this second term for the Wodonga Raiders. 6 times they've gone inside their forward 50 for 5 goals in this quarter. So they're getting full bang for their buck in this second term and making really good inroads into this lead. And they're throwing everything they can at the Rovers. Really nice defensive pressure in the back end and just being able to move that throughout the whole ground. So really, really good quarter here for the Raiders.
What are the inside 50 numbers for the Rovers this quarter, Freaky?
Yeah, it's 16-6.
Yeah, there you go. 16 and they only kicked the 2 goals. So it's telling you something, isn't it? So here they go now again. The Raiders just pumped forward by St. John. Well done, Ellis Shulman. Worried Murray out of it, and Taylor gets the recipient of it. Mitch Way gets caught with the footy and just spills out. Nelson Bowie gets to it, and Connor Taylor just throws it over the shoulder. I think he's going to get a free kick here, young Taylor. Gatto's getting a little bit frustrated at the moment. And he's giving away the free kick. So Squizzy Taylor, 28 minutes gone on the NZ Albury time clock.
Looks like Sam Murray's put himself behind the ball to finish this quarter out as well.
As Taylor now pumps it inside. Oh, and the siren beats him. Needed to get it moving a little bit quicker. And what a quarter of footy from the Wodonga Raiders. That's what we want to see. 5-3-33. They're going 10 points down, but they'll have all the confidence going into that third quarter. 6-7-43 for the Wangaratta Rovers. 10-point margin. We're going to take a quick break, and we're back for the half-time show for Elders Rural, because you're listening to O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Zero 0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
Yes, welcome to the halftime show brought to you by Elders Rural in what is a really good game here at the Birraleigh Park between the Wodonga Raiders and the Wangaratta Rovers. 10-point lead for the Rovers here at halftime. 6-7-43 lead the Wodonga Raiders 5-3-33. We've got Scott Montgomery here next to me for the halftime show. Monty, it's been a really good game of footy, I feel. It's probably been really quick. The skills from both teams have been electric, particularly the Rovers at different times. And yeah, it's a really good game of footy we're witnessing.
We were talking off air, weren't we, that we just feel the Rovers are doing just enough to stay in front of this game. But tell you what, 5-3 in that second quarter. The Raiders showed us how they want to play footy. And when they defend like they were able to in that second quarter, they can stop teams. They can really stop them. We said that they stopped the momentum of the Rovers when they got a bit of a flow on early. Yes, they weren't scoring, but they seemed to go inside 50 a lot. And probably the skill level of the Raiders was letting them down, especially that link-up kick from probably centre forward into this inside 50 was what was really letting them down. But once they tidied that up. They looked really quick and fast, and it looks like Mark Armand tried to shorten the ground up, had everyone right up the ground and get out into space. A couple of times, Brad St John late especially was looked up and just had no one, so he'd kick it to space and try and chase it down before the Rovers could. But yeah, they won that quarter by 10 points, so they were going with a lot of confidence, and they know that they'll be able to run this game out if they can stay in it for long enough.
Yeah, definitely. And I think they'll be able to slow it down. And they were, again, talking about it off there. I think that's the inclusion of Sam Darley into that back line. And just obviously somebody that comes in with a bit of AFL experience that just knows when you need to flick the switch at the right time, be that organiser down in that back half, get blokes into the right positions, because as you touched on them, particularly in that first quarter, Alex Marklew was very dangerous, had a lot of space, but then after about the 15-minute mark in that first quarter, he's hardly had any space. He hasn't had a chance to run and jump in the ball, so that's really good work and coaching basically on the fly on the ground for the Raiders to be able to get them into this game. But as we touched on, Mont, one of the highlights for me in this game has been the kicking in the match, and particularly Sam Murray. Some of the ball use he's had throughout this game is electric.
Yeah, well, we spoke about especially that play where the Rovers went end-to-end. Just did not look like they were going to get touched, and kicked the goal when Stu Booth put one through very early on. I think it was 15-minute mark that broke a bit of momentum, but Philo kicked it back through the middle. McCarthy switched the line, and it just was a great lead-up play, and just the full exhibition, that whole play showed how good the Rovers are by foot and why they can cut teams open. We saw it round one against the Wangaratta Magpies, especially in the first half down there. Their kicking skills is what wins them games. They get on the fly and get running, but the way they open up teams is by foot, and then they get on the run and from the half-back line, from that kicking that opens up the game.
Yeah, if we have a look at the Macrae quarters best for that second term there, if we start with the Wodonga Raiders side of things, Alice Yeoman in the middle of the ground was really strong. I thought Tom Brasher really came into that game in that forward half, gave him a few more options in there. If we have a look at the Wangaratta Rovers side of things, obviously Sam Caddo and Lockie O'Brien as well really started to work into that game in that second term, and some of his delivery inside the forward 50 was first class using that AFL experience. If we have a look at the 40-wing stat sheet in that second term, probably the one that really captures your eye if you're having a look at the stat sheet in that second term is the inside 50 numbers. So the Rovers had 16 inside 50s in that second term for 2 goals, where if you look at the Wodonga Raiders, they had 6 inside 50s for the second quarter for 4 goals. Five goals in that second term. So just taking full effect of their entries, and you can't ask for much more if you're Mark Armand and the coaching staff, and they really hope they can build on that going forward into this second half.
Spoke to Armo during the week, and he said that when you get, apparently three-quarter time last week, he might have lost his cool a little bit and gave him a real rev, and he said if you don't get a response, there's something wrong, and I feel that at quarter time he might have given him a little bit of a rev too, and he got the response he was after this week, and he also did last week. So, the messaging's getting across, and when you're a young group, they soak it in a little bit more. They're a bit more like sponges, and it looks like that's what they are down there, as Lewis Waters said in the pre-game. They've only got 5 players over 22 years of age in that side today, so it's unbelievable, and the way they were able to respond after probably getting put on the back foot a little bit with the way Wangaratta Rovers were able to open them up in that first quarter. It was so good to see, and that 5 goals from 6 inside 50s is such a good return, especially when you don't have a big key forward. You just relying on the small guys, and their spread was unreal. And Lockie Simpson, he ran onto one, the big fella, the big ruckman out the back. Archer Scammell, great finish. Zach Whitstead as well. They're kicking them from close to goal because that's where they're getting the footy to. Nick Brasher and Tom Brasher, they're the 2 guys they're relying on a lot, the 2 Brasher boys to kick their goals. But to see that spread of goals through 5 individual goal kickers shows that it's just no rhyme or reason how they're going to kick their goals. Just get it as deep as they can and hope that their pressure can pick up a couple.
It obviously makes them really unpredictable for a team trying to defend them going forward, and it makes it really hard to stop. One player that I've been really impressed with today, obviously his brother is the captain, Brad St John, but Charlie St John in the middle of the ground for the Raiders today. I really liked his game. Lewis Waters, when we spoke to him before in pre-game, mentioned that he was one in the pre-season that put on a bit of extra muscle, and you can see it out there today. He's not a little body anymore. He's covering the ground well. His brother does look out for him a few times, but he gives it back as well. So he's one that they can really keep building on in the second half, and I'm really liking his game. If we have a look around the grounds for Mr. Stove's Pool World in the Ovens and Murray in the other games that'll be at halftime as well, here. Corowa Rutherglen versus North Albury. North Albury 66 lead the Roos 27. Yarrawonga 42 lead Myrtleford 24. And Lavington up at half time 29-21. 2-9 from the Tigers there at the sports ground. So might be Labby might get one back after all those games they missed last year with poor kicking. They might actually get one back in this year. And if we just before we go to Tam and Maddie, who did a beautiful job over at the Albury Sports Ground, looking after the Albury versus Lavington game, we'll do a Ray White Rural netball update of the other matches that have been played in the Ovens and Murray, Monty.
Yeah, I'll just go with the other 3 games so far that have completed today. Obviously, Wangaratta and Wodonga tonight, but I'll leave the result of the Albury-Lavington one for the girls to give a wrap-up at the end of our halftime show. So here at Burleigh Park, the Raiders, they're shown why they're the flag favourites, 62-51 over the Rovers. Myrtleford, too good for Yarrawonga, 55-49. Their first win for the year for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. And Cairo just keep on going, 3-0, 47-38 against North Albury. So they'll be up and about down there at John Ford Oval.
Yeah, and just right here again at halftime between the Raiders and the Rovers in the footy at the moment for the for Elders Rural halftime show. Rovers 43 lead the Raiders 33. And as Monty touched on there, we'll now go to Tam and Maddie, who were at the Albury versus Lavington game for Ray White Rural as the netball update.
This is Tamara Matthews with the Ovens and Murray and netball wrap-up thanks to Ray White Rural. Today we came to you from the Albury Sports Ground. It was the Lavington Panthers taking on the Albury Tigers, but it was the Tigers who got the job done. It was a low-scoring game. There was not much in it for most of the game, but Tigers able to hold out for a 35-30 goal win. Kate Rawlings was phenomenal in defence for the Tigers, and whilst Gabe McRae was a standout through the mid-court for them. A very defensive game, though, and so for the other team, the Panthers, it was Taylor Ferber in defence who really held firm. While we saw Kate Mastronardi once again show her talent both in defence and in attack. So a great game here from the Albury Sports Ground. This is the netball wrap-up thanks to Ray White Rural.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
Back everyone to Birrelly Park, and at half-time a long break it is the Wang Rovers leading by 10 points, 6-7-43 to the Wodonga Raiders 5-3-33. Freaky, we have got a game on our hands.
Yeah, we certainly have. It's been such a really good game of footy so far in this first half. Just really exciting footy from both ends. The skills on display have been first class, and we kind of had that feeling, Mont, didn't we, coming here today with the weather that we've got. There's hardly a cloud in the sky, just beautiful sunny weather. Nice dry conditions out there, and the players have been able to take full effect of that. So really looking forward to it. It's probably going to be able to who can hold their momentum the most in the second half, and whatever team doesn't fatigue too much in this second half, because it's been pretty fast paced this game. So see how much fatigue plays a factor in this second half.
Yeah, I know we spoke about him a couple times. That Lewis Waters, how he spoke about, they'll be a team that can run games out because of how much fitness work they have done over the pre-season. So they're very confident in the way they can finish a game. So that if the Rovers just get a little bit of a sniff and can pull away a little bit, the Raiders will keep coming all day, from what we've heard.
Now, Freaky, who was that man down on ground level? He sort of gave you some sort of cool hand gesture. Then you signalled back like Snoop Dogg. There was something going on. What was that?
Going on there? That was Will McCarty wearing the high-vis.
He's done well. He was cramping with 30 minutes to go in the twos, and now he's had to go out there and do the running.
The one thing I'll say about Will, he's probably the number one team man that you'd find in any sporting club in Wodonga. Do anything for the team. Old man's the president as well, so might have a bit of, Zen might have pulled a bit of rank and said, come on, mate, you weren't cramping that much, because Zen still goes for 15k runs himself, and Will's got to try and keep up. So
that's a big rap, Freaky. Best clubman on the border.
He'd be close to it, I reckon. He does all and especially in the sides as well. He gets. I play cricket with him. He gets all the roles nobody really wants to get, but he does it with a smile and does it to his best ability.
Now the hand gesture, what did that mean?
That's just secret Balboa stuff, mate.
Oh, so is it? That's what it is. Well,
wow.
That's what we wanted to know.
Yeah.
It just wasn't quite sure. I just wasn't up to it, Scotty. I don't
it's
think
like a gang.
Yeah,
especially with their home grounds position too, Luke. It's in the ghetto a little bit in Wodonga here, so
you end up with your chariot on bricks, you reckon, Scotty, around there?
Well, I never drove there for a reason, Luke.
Right.
I could go through a few things that have been pinched from there the last 12 months or so, Luke, if you really want to know.
Might check your back shed, Freaky, you reckon?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so, players warming up here for the second half, and a big second half. And don't forget, it is a doubleheader, as we said, on OMFNL Live this afternoon. So at 5 o'clock, we're heading down to Norm Minns. Blake Escott and Gus McLeod, they'll be getting ready. I say lathered in deep heat. They've been on the bag all afternoon.
On the
some
bag?
Smelling salts, they're firing up, the boys. So could you imagine the...
Gus taking the clipboard down there with him?
Blake on the mitts?
Clipboard or the magnet board, you reckon?
I don't know.
Might take it straight from John Ford Oval.
Yeah, we've got the Rovers there at the Emerald Avenue Inn. They're in a tight huddle here, Scotty. So they've been brought in.
Who do you reckon does the speaking duties, Tommy Boyd or Alex Marklew, out of the two captains? I guess the Rovers.
It probably depends on what type of message they're trying to get across.
I'm just going, it's Tom Boyd. I don't know if the FUD could put together more than 3 words in that sort of situation.
I reckon he'd be good at getting the boys up and
a bit of a laugh.
I think if it was a more serious, stern message, I think it'd be coming from Tommy Boyd.
They went the old Richmond from a couple of years ago, laugh after half time. You probably go FUD, you reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
But if you want struggling in the game, it'd be Boyd, like real serious and down the line.
Yeah. What about Sam Murray, the coach? Does he just split the middle?
I don't know about Muzz. I reckon he gives the real tune-up inside, and then the boys might have to try and line it. You know how sometimes you run out and the coach goes upstairs, but when he's out there with you, you can't really say, oh, forget what he said, let's move on, because he's right there listening.
Yeah, that's right.
First goal big, isn't it? The start of the second
huge.
half here. So we've got, 10-point margin to the Wang Rovers. So it'll be a telling goal, whoever kicks the first one, Freaky.
It's only a little thing as well, but I love the Raiders jumper, getting rid of the animated on the front of it. It looks so much better now, having the more traditional jumper. Looks great.
Do you reckon that's just for a few more sponsorship dollars, or?
Well, don't know, mate. You're going to have to ask the higher-ups.
I know what I'd be taking. I'd be taking that off and putting the sponsorship dollars in the bank, I reckon. So they've done well. It does look better. I think you're right. And I reckon they're just playing with a little bit more gusto than what we've seen over the last few years, I reckon.
I've got to say, as we touched on off the air at half-time, they're certainly better quality than what I thought they were coming in today. They've really impressed me, the Raiders. They're the first class, but they've got to do it again for another 2 quarters. And if they can do it again for another 2 quarters, they're going to be up to it in their ears to get the 4 points here today.
It's O&M Live on 1494 2AY. And the live stream, the pitch is brought to you by Snap Print Solutions. Here's Scott Montgomery to get the third term underway, thanks to Indigo Power.
Thank you, Lukey. As the ball gets thrown up now, Indy Kotzer versus Gaston. Kotzer, give him that one. Ball falls towards Mitch Way, but Brad St. John just taps it out in front again. Kotzer's straight on it, gives a handball back to Ella Shulman, to Taylor. Taylor now to Glass. Glass needs to get it moving and goes long and deep inside 50 from the centre circle. All over was in McQuaid and gets a fist on it. Gaston taps it to himself and he's under the pump, but the kick gets chopped off by Nelson Bowie for the Raiders. Goes inside 50 and what a kick that is. Finds Tommy Brasher. And the Raiders will have the first shot on goal in the first minute of the third quarter.
Yeah, beautiful kick there from Nelson Bowie. Just put it into a little bit of space and actually made Tom Brasher lead at the footy there. And it was good enough to take the mark. And as you touched on, Lukey, really important kick this for the Raiders. The first goal in the second half of this game, all important. And no better player than Tommy Brasher to have the footy in his hand.
Just that pressure from the forward half again. Didn't let Gaston get a good boot on it. Bowie was the recipient and gets it inside 50. As Brasher now gets moving, kicks it from 45. I think he likes it. It's just faded late across the face, through for a minor score. Takes the Raiders to 5-4-34. Rovers 6-7-43. 9-point lead to the Rovers on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
Yeah, so a promising start to the second half from the Raiders, despite it being a behind. Now Charlie St. John will have a crack at this. Went by Gaston. Darley got it inside. Well, swung around was Glass. He got taken around the chops. He will take the free kick. He's about 80 out from home here. Left of the score on the far side. So Max with possession. Here they go again, the Raiders. What can they get out of this entry? Down towards the Emerald Avenue end. Over the back it goes. Boyd. Off to Sam Murray. Let's have a look at this cannonball kick. Left foot, not the best of his. Philo down low at his horn, just searching for it. Under pressure, spits it out the back, turns it over to Hernan. Down towards the forward pocket. Brasher, good fist away from McCartney. For the Rovers, O'Brien off to Gaston, and they're going to clear defence.
As Gaston finds Catapan. Catapan feeds it forward to O'Brien. O'Brien off half-back, gets a kick out towards Garish. Garish has been paid the marker right in front of the new electric scoreboard here at Berrylea Park, which reads the Raiders 9 points in the rears of the Wangaratta Rovers. Garish feigns a handball, now gives it on to Gaston. Gaston gets it moving, and what a kick that is from a ruckman. Finds Marklew on a lead. This is what we saw in the first quarter. He got up the ground a bit more than what he did in that second quarter. Marklew now comes back to the top of the 50 looking for Wilson. Falls a bit short, but Wilson picks it up cleanly, kicks it inside 50, and that's a beautiful kick. Dylan Wilson finds Stewie Booth, and I've loved his game today, Stewie Booth. Being one of those small forwards that just keeps moving and presenting, and he'll go back and have a shot from straight in front, 35 out.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Monty, as well. I really like the game of Stewie Booth today. He's been able to kick the one goal in this match already, but really nice methodical play there from the Wangaratta Rovers. Get it down to Marklew, took his time, didn't bomb away, found Dylan Wilson, who did a really good lead, and then another really nice kick to put Booth about 40 metres out directly in front, so should be able to get this goal for the Rovers.
Usually a beautiful kick is Stewie Booth. That's why he gets a game. He usually puts this one straight through, and this one's no different, straight through the middle. Stewie Booth, as the Rovers reply, get the first goal of the third term, 3 minutes in.
Yeah, beautiful goal there for the Rovers, as you touched on, Lukey, again. Really important, the first goal in this second half. touches for Sam Catapan on the Footy Wink stat sheet. And just like the Raiders at the Cricket Hub end in that second quarter, one inside 50 for one goal for the Wangaratta Rovers in this third quarter.
Yeah, we hear it so much. I know it's broken record stuff, but making the most of your opportunity. So Tom Brasher with the first shot on goal to the Emerald Avenue end. Look, I know it wasn't the easiest of kicks. Kicks it behind. Back up the other end, and Stuart Booth picks up a goal for the Rovers. And right now, they lead 49-34. Here's Charlie St. John onto Ellis Yeoman. Curls it back towards the arc of the 50. Allison in front. Scammell off the ground. Sature went by him. Out to Taylor now on goal. Wobbly ball towards the goal line across. And it's gone through for one behind. So 49 plays 35 now on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Freaky.
Yeah, really good handball there from Archer Scammell. He's done some really nice things in this game. They've got a really good, proper young fellas coming through on this side, the Raiders.
That they do, and they're really starting to imprint this game at the moment. It's a nice long kick from the Rovers towards Gaston. Gets fumbled. Probably could have got a front-on free kick. No, the free kick's going to go the other way to Maxi Glass. Glass want to pump this one nice and deep again for the Raiders. Really putting the Rovers back six under the pressure. 4 minutes into this third quarter. Glass now his fire. What a kick that is. Took a bit of weight off it and fell into a hole. And that man again, who just does not stop presenting, Tommy Brasher, will go back and have a shot. Similar distance from his first one. Slightly better angle.
He's coming up for his 12th disposal today as well on the 40-wing stat sheet, Tommy Brasher. But Maxi Glass with a great delivery there. He's up to 13 disposals as well. 6 inside 50s inside the first 5 minutes as well for Raiders, so they need to capitalise by putting one through the big sticks.
1 goal, 2 so far for Tommy Brasher. Needs to really put this one on the board. Get the Raiders going in this third quarter. Send it on its way. He's got the hand in the air. He's pretty happy with it. I think he thinks it's through. So's the goal umpire. He agrees. Sunjan goal today to Tommy Brasher. They really needed that one, the Raiders, after a couple of chances early. But that forward line pressure has let them put another one through. Trailing by 8 points on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
The best thing for the Raiders about getting that goal is they were able to get it in such a quick reply from what the Rovers were able to. Didn't allow the Rovers to build more momentum in the game. They were able to hit the scoreboard. Really good forward pressure there and got a nice... Maxi Glass in the middle of the ground there was able to use some really nice delivery and find Tommy Brasher, who's just getting a little bit more space in that forward half. He would be a really tough matchup to have down there because he is so quick and he can take a good mark above his head as well.
Yeah, good footy from Tom Brasher. So he missed the first shot at goal of the second half, but he makes amends with his second. Good work. Gaston in the middle off to O'Brien, and then on that left foot sends it out towards the half-forward flank for the Rovers. Bouncing ball here. Knocked it away by Glass. Ball out of bounds. Right of centre wing. On the far side, Brad Freak.
Yeah, Maxi Glass again there, as we touched on. He's up to 13 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet. He's had a really strong game, I feel, for the Raiders across the half-back line.
He uses the ball so well too, doesn't he? A couple of his kicks today have just been unbelievable. And we talk about Sam Murray a lot. I reckon Maxi Glass, probably not as good, but does just enough with it to say that he's up there as one of the better kicks getting around. Ball gets tossed in. Murray's got it, but dispossessed straight away. McCartney going to be caught holding the footy. Great tackle from Alice Yeoman, and he wants to get it moving quickly. It's a free kick is paid. He gets back through the middle towards Mitch Way. Way takes the mark. Corralled well by Gerish. Mitchy Way gets it moving now to the top of the 50 towards that man Brasher. Ellison over the top, gets the spoil on. Follows the first there to get a handball towards Amory. Amory now for the Rovers, gets it moving, gets it over to a teammate in Lewis. Lewis with a short chip kick in front of Osborne. Osborne now gets a handball in front of Gerish. Gerish on the pump from Darley straight away. Darley's got on, fist fell on top of him. And I reckon the umpire is going to say, I'll throw that one up, boys. And we'll have a ball up right in front of the Wodonga Raiders bench as we've gone 7 minutes on the NZ Albury time clock.
Yeah, for a moment there, I thought Gerish might have been gone. I thought he may have dragged it in, but the umpires let him off. Strong contest here, right of the centre wing. Ledge, a good fist out to Gaston. Darley coming from the other direction, wrapped him up. And Amory went in. There's Hernan with it. Strong around the contest. Ball knocked out of bounds here, and we will have a boundary throw in. So 49 plays 41 here on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. The Rovers up. We're going close to 8 minutes on the NZ Albury time clock, Freaky.
Yeah, only one inside 50 as we touched on for the Rovers in this third quarter compared to 6 for the Raiders. So the Rovers have been able to kick the 1 goal from their one entry, where the Ravers probably haven't been as efficient.
Gaston, Philo, quickly out of the pack. Beyond Cribs. And then Mark Clue off the ground, running in. O'Brien. It's a goal. It's a goal, all right, to Lockie O'Brien. They get a major. And they get away a little. So 55 plays 41 now on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. And that's a handy one, Freaky.
Yeah, it certainly is, just to be able to nullify a bit of momentum the Raiders might have been picking up there. I was a bit like you there, Monty. I almost got a little bit too tangled up in his legs, I thought there. It was just nearly above his knee when he kicked it.
The Thirds boys were definitely suggesting that behind the goals, that it might have been a little bit higher.
Well, they probably wouldn't have been right. If they were suggesting otherwise, they'd probably be out of the club by now, wouldn't they?
I was going to say they're very one-eyed, aren't they?
It would have been a goal to Mark Clue, though, anyway, wouldn't it?
It would have been if you hadn't got to it. Yes. But,
yep.
So who do you want to give the goal to then, Lukey?
I'll give it to Lockie O'Brien, only Freaky because I called it that way. Yeah.
No, that's what they needed, didn't they, the Rovers? They're under the pump, as you said, inside 56 time, the Raiders, in this third quarter already. And the Rovers only went up there twice now, and they kicked 2. So very good change of hands there from Ellis Yeoman as well. Gets kicked sideways now to Charlie St John, but it's a cruel bounce. Jack Garrish just gets it on the run from 55. If you don't mind, sets sail and misses to the left-hand side. That would have been a big one to go back-to-back within a minute for the Wangaratta Rovers. Takes them to 8-8, 56, 6-5, 41, the Raiders on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
Yeah, good game. Good contest, Pirelli Park. And Bowie on the outer side. Ellis Yeoman. Nolan, and here's Satori, inside ball to Twycross. Raiders half-forward flank here, Emerald Avenue end, far side. Here goes Ned, short one, 15 metres to Ellis Yeoman. Good ball inside to Simpson. And Lockie's taken the mark here, about 40 out, Freaky, and can have a shot on the sticks.
Yeah, absolutely, but as Monty said, who's on him? But Ellis Yeoman started that play. He was in the play on mid-wing, followed it up, got a couple of disposals in that play there, and was the one that delivered inside forward 50, and just he found his teammate in Lockie Simpson there. So beautiful delivery there from the Raiders midfielder.
We spoke about no second ruck. Shane Gaston was gassed out on the wing. That's his direct opponent right now, having the shot on goal.
This would bring them back to a 9-point margin. They're not going away, the Raiders. They're giving this game a shake. He misses. 56 plays, 42 now on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. NZ Albury time clock. It's gone 10 and a half here, third term.
Here's a 40-wing stat for you boys. The cricket hub end in the last 2 quarters, there's only been 9 inside 50s go that way for 7 goals to that one end.
Freaky.
That's not a bad stat from you, Freak. It's why you're number 1, isn't it?
I
know. Look at you just rub off the shoulders and a little head wobble at the back of the box there. Xavier Allison plays on it and goes long and deep for the Rovers, and he gets out the back towards Finn Osborne. Osborne's onto it quickly now and gives a handball to the coach in Murray. Murray gives another handball to Stewie Booth, and they're out. Mark Lou's over the top if he can get to him. No, it's not a bad kick into space for Alex McCarthy. McCarthy's clean, wraps around on the left boot. What a finish, Alex McCarthy, if you don't mind. And another chain of play there. It's an elite body and paint play of the day for the Wangaratta Rovers, and a Sunjan goal of the day to Alex McCarthy. His first for the day.
Yeah, beautiful play there by the Rovers, able to get the ball over the back from the defensive end, and then Sam Murray getting involved in the play, and Stewie Booth again, who I think, and not being able to keep score involved in this game, but I think he's been right involved in a lot of the scores that the Rovers have had in this match. He's really impressing me in this game. Just another nice kick out in front of Alex McCarthy there. I thought he might have been able to go a little bit more direct, but ended up doing the right thing, and a nice left-footed finish there from McCarthy.
Do you reckon he was aiming for Marklew and it just went over the top, or do you reckon he meant that one out in front of McCarthy?
I reckon it was a little bit of both, because McCarthy was running into that space there, and he didn't really put enough penetration on to get to him, but he also probably let Marklew get there as well. So ended up being the right thing to do.
Yes, the third turn, 12 minutes old for NZ Albury, and the Rovers with 3 of the 4 goals in this quarter.
Alex McCarthy was the ruckman at that centre bounce.
Ellis Yeoman out of the middle, Nick Brasher bouncing ball, and then Allison out this way to Catapan, short ball to O'Brien. Another low one to Sam Murray. Alex McCarthy is calling for it. Murray's going to ignore him. And to the edge of the 50, Wyatt. Probably should have marked that. Lewis made a great contest of it. Well done, Wyatt, on the second attempt. Knocked out of his hands by Mark Lewis. He's brought down. He's gone. Raiders will win it on half-back. Good footy.
Yeah, really good there. First play there by Justin Lewis to be able to get the spoil out. But then, yeah, just got run down there by White, who's really impressed me as well today for the Raiders.
He's been fantastic, hasn't he, White? As Baxter Jones now gets it moving for Ned Tykos. Tykos takes the mark. Just taking a little pace out of the game here. It's been pretty helter-skelter for the first 13 minutes of this third quarter. Goes over the top of St John. Ball falls to Catapan for the Rovers, who gives a feed back to Allison. Allison back to Catapan, who now goes with a short kick. It goes about 3 metres to Lockie O'Brien. Feeds a long sweeping handball to the ruckman in Alex McCarthy. McCarthy finds it back to O'Brien, and it's a nice little chip kick around the body. Finds Parnell. Parnell gets it on quickly now, and here they go. Breaking the line. He's Lockie O'Brien. He should have a shot from there. Gets it over the top. No, he's going to be a free kick, and I reckon it's going to go the way of Cooper Daly, and that should be 50 metres against Alex Marklew. Yep, absolutely. Free kick against Stewie Booth. Just dumped Cooper Daly off the footy, and the ball will go to the middle of the ground, and Cooper Daly have it for the Wodonga Raiders.
Yeah. Probably lucky Brad St John that can drop mark in the middle of the ground, didn't hurt them in the end. Ellis Yeoman all in space on this outer wing, which he would have gone to then. But yeah, beautifully called there by you, Scott Montgomery, with their play there. Just probably didn't need to happen by Stewie Booth, and just gave up an opportunity for the Rovers.
Yeah, perfectly called by Scott Montgomery from McRae Motors. Here's Cooper Daly, right of a centre to the half-forward flank. Look at that for delivery. Oh, Taylor couldn't quite reel it in. And over the back, here's McCartney under pressure. Well done by the Rovers through Whitshead. Swings it back.
He's going to get pushed in the back, I think.
He'll get another go. So Zach Whitshead, Freaky.
I was just going to say, did he go through for a goal?
I think it was a behind.
It's going to come back, yeah. So they're wanting it back in the pocket. Zach Whitshead will have the pill here. 62 plays 42. They trail by 20. So they really need the next goal here. We see Connor Taylor coming to the bench, Scotty.
Yeah, after that marking contest that went over the back, he just sort of grabbed at his leg straight away. So I don't know if he landed awkwardly or what's happened there. But yeah, he's coming straight to the bench.
Well, this would be one of the goals of the year if Zach Whitshead was going to put this through. And he's missed that to the other side. So that's one behind. So that brings the margin back to 19 on the NZ Albury. The Inspirations Paint scoreboard. NZ Albury time clock's gone 15, Freaky.
I know Connor Taylor, I noticed in that second term, took a really heavy knock on the outer side, so maybe he's just re-aggravated that and just come off the ground to have a little bit of attention.
Just getting a rub on the calf, so it might be just a bit of cramp as well, boys. He has been working hard. As the Rovers now get the ball swinging, goes towards Philo, he's going to get tackled straight away. Great pressure from the Wodonga Raiders forwards, and he's been pinged stiff there, I would have thought.
Yeah, he's pretty hot. I don't think he had much chance to get rid of the footy there. It was a good tackle by the Raiders.
Yeah,
but
Harry Sweetman, who kickers very much put his team under pressure. And here go the Rovers through Stewie Booth. Gets it now, walks backwards out of it, and he's got his coach in all the space in the world. He's got Alex Marklew running in, but he just plays on Sammy Murray, puts it through from the top of the goal square. And Stewie Booth, that man again, we've spoken about him a fair bit, gets it down nice and deep.
Yeah, really just put it into the goal mouth there for Sam Murray, and he could have given the ball over the top to another player running into an open goal as well, but Sam Murray has been really influential. But another player that's had a lot of influence in this third term is Lockie O'Brien. He's up to 9 disposals now, had a slow start. He only had the 3 disposals in the first quarter, but from quarter time onwards he's had the 16 disposals in this game. He's really starting to get his leg speed, and his run through breaking the lines is really starting to influence this game, and his ball use as well has been first class.
Yeah, so they've broken the game open here in the third term, the Rovers, and they're threatening to blow it apart. The Raiders have to hang in. They have to keep fighting and scratching their way back. Let's have a look. Back in the middle, Gaston, Simpson, Catapan. He's wrapped up by the Raiders. And again, we'll have another stoppage. Been a good game of footy. Contest strong. Catapan again. Good clearance. Booth. Well, just off his chest. He's been playing a good game, Stu. Then off to Gaston. Gaston. Wide kick. Mark Clue ends up with him. Fortuitous, I reckon, in the end, Scotty.
Yeah, I don't know if the kick was meant to go there, but Alex Marklew forwards are always the first to react, and he got to that space, but well followed up from Gatto from the ruck contest to then get forward and be a handball received from Booth, and then, yeah, nice kick inside 50.
Alex Marklew, how many have we got him down for? Freaky,
two.
Yeah, this is for 3. And he gets it. That is a Sunjan goal today. That's a beauty on the right foot. And the Rovers Well, they stretched that lead, Freaky. They're getting away a little now.
Yeah, they certainly are. They're just starting to show a little bit of class in this game, and just some really class there from Alex Marklew kicking his third goal for the day. I think he's been really dangerous at times. I think the Raiders have also held him really well in that back half as well at different stages today. If we go around the grounds for Mr. Stove's Pool World, in the other games in the Ovens and Murray, North Albury 87 lead Corowa 35, Yarrawonga 57 lead Myrtle for 37, and Lavington up by 11 points over the Albury Tigers 46 to 35.
5 goals, 1 in this third quarter, thanks to Indigo Power. As the ball goes back up in the middle, Cotter v Gaston. Ball falls and it goes to that man O'Brien, who's been fantastic in this third quarter. Tackled straight away was Catapan. The ball falls to Ellis Yeoman for the Raiders. Gets a handball now to Tom Brasher, who's moved into the midfield. Goes short towards his ruckman in Cotter. Cotter gets taken out of it by Chamberlain. Ball now falls towards Gaston, but no, the poor bounce falls to Sweetman. Sweetman gets it on quickly to Brasher. That's Tom. Kicks it out wide in front of Charlie St. John. Been a little bit quiet in this quarter. He needs to get moving. Gets moving now and plays on quickly and goes inside 50, but it's a poor kick. It'll be cut off by the captain of the Rovers, and Tommy Boyd, and he'll just settle it down a little bit for them.
Yeah, they steady the ship, the Rovers, to Philo. And over to Xavier Allison as they come from D50 here. And here goes Xavier. Look at that for a kick. That's wonderful. Booth in the hands. Good mitts.
Jeez, he's playing a good game today.
He absolutely is, Freaky. Back to Allison. Didn't go the required distance. Called to play on his Philo. And they got full control of this game, you feel now, Scotty.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see now they're just going to control it. They've been on top for 20 minutes. They don't want to give a cheap one up and just waste any ascendancy they've been able to set up so far.
Wilson. True centre wing, far side. 74 plays 43. Inspirations Paint scoreboard. And a 50 free kick.
Free kick inside 50 to Alex Marklew, straight in front of goal.
What's happened down there against Cribs?
I have absolutely no idea what's happened there.
100 metres away from the ball, isn't it?
From the commentary box, that part of the ground was I couldn't see down there, so I have no idea what's happened down there.
If you're looking down there too, Freaky, I'll be worried about you. That's so far away. It's another postcode nearly.
Yeah, well, this would be real deflating for the Raiders here. And Mark Armand, this would really take the wind out of their sails. So 100-metre free kick off the ball here. Marklew puts it through, and that is a dagger in the Raiders' heart, and that is 4 to Alex.
Yeah, 4 goals now for Alex Marklew, who, as we touched on early in the game, was really, really dangerous for the Rovers. And, yeah, just been able to build back into it. As we touched on, Lockie O'Brien up to 10 disposals now on the 40-wing stat sheet in this third quarter. Only 7 inside 50s as well in this third term for the Wangaratta Rovers. Lukey, if I count that right, you're right there down. They kicked the 6 goals in this third quarter from 7 entries. So just an unbelievable
efficiency, isn't it?
As I touched on before, there's been now 13 inside 50s go to the Cricket Hub end for, what did we say, 6 goals, and 5 and 11 goals at that end out of 13 inside 50s over the last 2 quarters.
Yeah. Well done, Freaky. Great work.
We had a 10-point lead at half-time to the Wangaratta Rovers. That's blown out now to 37. And they're really starting to stamp their authority on this game as the ball goes up. Kotz is clean with it in the middle to Ellis Yeoman. Ellis Yeoman on the boot quickly. And that man, Tommy Boyd, I'd love to see what his intercept marks are today because he has had plenty of them. And he's going to get it moving again for the Rovers. As I said, hold a 37-point lead on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
Centre wing, far side ball's going to find the chalk here, Freaky.
Yeah, probably had a few question marks about Boyd going down back line. Looking at last year, Boyd and Mark forward were so dangerous. But the way Boyd's able to read the play and his intercept marking is just nearly as good as anybody in the competition. He sets them up so well down there, and he's just really providing a good influence on the game for the Rovers.
Got the women's game after this as well. So the Raiders girls up against the Rovers girls. So if you're at Buralili Park, you can stick around for that. Or if you're close, jump in your vehicle and make your way down to the ground. Amory swung around on the far side. Darley it was turned over to.
This quarter.
Charlie St. John back to Darley. Good delivery to Brad St. John. Here's the captain of the red and blue. His eyes darting around. He's indecisive. Another short one. Goes to Scammell.
Looks like they're throwing Nick Brasher behind the 42, boys. Just try and stop that flow, the Raiders, because it's 6-1 in this quarter so far.
Yeah, and they trail by 37 as they go to the half-forward flank here. Boyd after it for the Rovers, searching for it at ground level. Now picks it up, and here they come.
And Boyd takes a bounce. That's brave. He's going to have another one soon because he's run a long way. This goes sideways towards Osborne. Osmond takes it, and Glass goes to ground, so Osmond goes, all right, I'll get going. Gets on his bike and finds a short targeting Garish. Garish drops the mark, probably should have taken it. He tries to take on Taylor and pushes him away quite easily. O'Brien now for a well-weighted handball in front of Osmond, who kept running, and he's going to keep going again. Kicks down low towards Markley. Oh, well read there from Cribbs. Cribbs moves on, goes around one, gives a quick handball to Taylor. Taylor over to Way. Way short to Glass, but misses him. Off the bench come Parnell and gave a good bump and kept running was Cribbs, who now kicks it forward towards the half-forward line. It was McCartney. McCartney lays a tackle on Brasher now, and we're going to have a ball up, I reckon. Great play from the Rovers. Just that kick inside 50 let them down there.
Yeah, it looked like both players there, who led for Markley, and I can't forget who the other player was. Just got in each other's way there. Just not enough communication.
Freaky, we had a great view of Lockie O'Brien's handball down here.
Yeah, he's just beautiful. Beautiful skill, doesn't he? Just has so much time, and he's up to 11 disposals now in this third term on the 40-wing stat sheet. Takes him up to 21 for the game.
Here's the general. Sam Murray, look at him directing traffic. He knows the situation. That again, beautiful. Booth up against Hernan. Glass got brought to ground. Umpire said he didn't have it. So, good talk. Taylor just saying, hold it up, Mitchie, because we got the kick. Glass, Taylor, Ellis Yeoman. And what have they gone here? This is where they break down. So got a fire, beautiful. Just led Brasher with the ball, couldn't quite take it. McCartney got a hand to it. Tom Brasher goes again. Here's Brad St. John, swings around, gets it back to Satori, loads up, sends it down towards the goal square. Oh, heard that for a contest. Murray and Wyatt. Fantastic commitment from both players. Ball in the pocket, and it's going to go out of bounds, Freaky.
Yeah, Cam Ellis-Yowen is also up to 10 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet in this third quarter. He's really trying and giving his best for the Raiders in this game. He's been outstanding.
Inspirations paint scoreboard reads 80 to 43, the Rovers way. Gone 24 and a half minutes on the NZ All time clock. And of course, this third quarter is brought to you by Indigo Power. As the ball gets tossed in the Raiders forward line. Catapan gets it on the boot quickly. A high up and under. I think it's going to be a free kick to the Raiders. It is. It's going to go to Darley. Bit of a hold there from Amory. I don't know. He's pointing at the goals. I don't know if he's got the distance. What do you think, Freaky? He's been called to play on. The umpire doesn't think he's got the distance. And he goes wide. Had the distance, he was able to have a shot at it. Ball gets over the back. White crumbed it well. Oh, that's Sam Murray. Well read. Just takes it through for a rush behind. The Raiders through to 44. Wang Rovers 80 on the Inspirations Payton scoreboard.
Sam Murray, Monty's only up to the 14 disposals in this game. We saw last year he was over 30, high 30s regularly. I feel like today's game, where he's only had the 14 disposals, he's coming out for his 15th now. He's had so much more influence on the game. He obviously, in that back half, he can set him up, but playing him more forward to centre, his ball use has been first class.
And we spoke about it before the game. He had 10, 15 kick-ins every game, so all of a sudden he's back to 25 normal touches.
Ball in the heart of Burley Park here. Hernan.
Has to be legged.
Yeah, so he legged Amory, then on to Philo. Here goes Brodie. And no one back there for the Rovers, or one player. And that is Alex Marklew. So a 2-on-1, and somehow, Freaky, some way, he's ended up with the Sharon.
Yeah, just really good vision there from Philo. And a really nice, strong mark, as you touched on there, Luke. Just 2-on-1, and Marklew was able to stand his ground and have strong hands and take that mark. And he's probably getting a little bit of reward for how well he started the game. Obviously, we mentioned that the Raiders had defended him well throughout the second quarter, but he's just been able to use his leg speed again and just got off the chain a bit too much in this third quarter.
Good footballer, good player. He is the captain of the Rovers this year, and he makes it 5. So that's a handful to Alex Marklew. And the Rovers have surged clear now. And, well, the Raiders, they're up against it.
Yeah, they certainly are. They've put up a really brave fight throughout this game as well, as we touched on. Tom Brasher in that forward half, I think, has been really good. But the Rovers, through some of their key ball winners, Lockie O'Brien, Sam Catapan's up to 8 disposals now in this third term on the 40-wing stat sheet. Brodie Philo, Sam Murray have really brought their class, and it's really risen to the top in this third term. And you can just see probably the depth in the Rovers. They've got that a little bit more depth. You know, we're talking about the likes of Dylan Wilson and Stuart Booth, unheralded players that have really big influences on the game. And it's probably just where the Raiders aren't at the moment. They're obviously very early in their journey. Give them a couple more years because the intent and the way they play is first class.
Marklew, 3 in a row to him in the last 10 minutes. Only one to keep going in the last 10 minutes. He's really stamped his authority in this game as Ellis Yolman gives a handball towards Twykos. Twykos has got absolutely rang around the neck. He's going to get a free kick here. Top of the 50, gets it moving very quickly, goes deep. White's been swung forward, makes a pack. What a grab that is. Tommy Boyd coming back with the flight again, as we spoke about. He reads the ball so well back there, free kick.
Oh, he certainly does. As you say, I think you said it before, Mont, we certainly don't keep intercept possessions, but he'd have to be nearly around about that 10 today. He's been first class and, as you say, reading the play well, setting it up and really nullifying anything that the Raiders are trying to do going forward.
Yeah, what a mark from Boyd of beauty. Here's Chamberlain. So we're right on three-quarter time here. Siren will go any second. We've got 28 and against at Albury time clock, third term. Rovers lead 86-44 here on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. So they have owned this quarter, the Rovers. Gaston, inboard to Parnell. Nick Brasher mans the mark.
Right on that one, William.
Just when a ruckman kicks it, you just don't know what's going to happen sometimes.
And the Queen Elizabeth will be on right now in Sydney. Big Group 1, what a race that'll be. So we'll get the result through shortly. This is Will McCarthy under the scoreboard on the far side. Down the line, Darley in front. Comes out the front. O'Brien, look at that work. Weaving through traffic to Gaston. Back to Philo. So here they go. Will they get it in time? Will they get an entry or will the siren beat them? Brody,
you'll play on straight away.
Yeah, beaten. So there's the siren.
Hang on, he's going to have it. Noel Spiteri had a shot a couple of weeks ago. I think he's a little bit further out.
I reckon Brody follows more chance from there than Noel was the other week.
Now, Noah took it for a stat, didn't he, Freaky?
No, he would have. He would have.
Okay. So that is three-quarter time at Birrelly Park, and the Rovers have got right away on the Raiders. It is 13-8-86. The Brown and Gold leading the Wodonga Raiders 6-8-44. This is O&M Live, and remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
Yeah, welcome back, everyone. Big day at Burley Park this afternoon. And, well, the Rovers, didn't they just blow it apart there in the third term? 7 goals to 1, Freaky. They really took the game by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, they certainly did. And if we have a quick look at the 40 Winks stats sheet, they only had 9 inside 50s in that third term as well, and able to kick 7 goals. So unbelievable efficiency in that third term by the Wangaratta Rovers. If we keep looking down the stats sheet, we had Lockie O'Brien, who had 12 disposals by himself, gives him 22 for the game. Brodie Philo had 10, Sam Catapan had 8, and Sam Murray had 5 disposals for the Rovers. If we have a look at the Wodonga Raiders side of things, Cam Ellis-Yeoman had the 11 disposals as well. He's up to 25 for the game. 4 in that quarter for Daly. He's up to 19 for the game. And 16 for Brad St. John. And the McNoters his best in that quarter. It's hard to go past Lockie O'Brien and Brodie Philo for the Wangaratta Rovers. They were out. O'Brien really showed the game, but his fitness levels is really coming to the fore, and he's just running out the game strongly, and he's just getting to every contest. And that man, Cam Ellis-Yeoman, he's just been a beast for the Raiders today. As we touched on, had the 11 disposals. His fingerprints was on everything in that third term, and he keeps on trying for the Raiders.
Got no idea what Sam Murray said to his men at half-time, Scotty, but whatever he did say, it worked. They responded.
Yeah. They kicked the last 6 goals of that third quarter, and they looked impressive. You said 7-1, and they just turned it on. And Freaky, as we said, that cricket hub end of the ground, not a lot of in 50s, but a lot of goals. Unbelievable. No, in the last 2 quarters, there's only been 15 inside 50s go that way. Now, the Rovers kicked 7 in that quarter, and the Raiders kicked 5 in the quarter before that. So there's been 12 goals kicked from 15 inside 50s going to the cricket hub end.
That's unbelievable. Well, I've seen a stats man pick up 3 Morris Medal votes, but if one was going to do it, it might be you today, Freaky.
And if we just quickly go around the grounds in some of the other games, there could be a big upset brewing at the Albury Sport at the moment. The Wellington Panthers lead the Albury Tigers by 17 points there at 3/4 time, 53 to 36. Yarrawonga only 2 goals ahead of Myrtleford, 63 to 51, and Norfolk being too strong for Cora Rutherglen, 117 to 35.
Yeah, very, very good. So just waiting for the crowd to clear the ground here. It's been pretty handy, Scotty, hasn't it?
It's not bad at all.
Yeah. Early part.
That helps. Where the blokes want to get out, sit on the hill and go to the women as well and have a couple of drinks. I'm sure that club's probably got a few in there as well, just quietly, Lukey. So it always does here at the Wrong Raiders.
Oh, yep. There's a few over there.
On the balcony.
Yep.
Love the way you say that for. That's when you...
Yeah, so we're almost set here. 86. It's the final term between the Rovers and the Raiders. Matt Kia is Scott Montgomery.
And young Kotsa takes on, give us in the tap, but Alex Coleman putting for another piece. He has a bounces inside 50. Nick Brashear taps it over top towards his brother Tom, But Xavier Ellison first on a poor handball. Way to Brasher. Brasher breaks through a tackle.
It's really paying dividends for the Raiders this year.
Yeah, okay. Well, absolutely no chance for the Wodonga Raiders lying down in this contest. First goal of the final term to Tom Brasher, and here they go again. Brad St. John just tumbles one inside 50. Mark is taken, though, by Parnell for the Rovers, and he shoots it out to the outer side. And here's O'Brien. Class over the top. Class. Here he goes, the general. Sam Murray has a bounce. Now that cannonball left foot, sends it in and turned over. Cribs back there in the hole. Good work, and he's taken the mark.
Just read it off the boot. A bit quicker than Alex Marklew. Got to the footy first. Goes to the back pocket and finds Cooper Daly. Daly now just goes long down the line towards Bowie. Bowie, gets a terrible bounce and it falls away of O'Brien, who's had heaps of it. He brought his own footy up to half time. Gives a handball over and it feeds back to Catapan. Back to O'Brien. Comes in board to Chamberlain. Chamberlain now just gets back on his mark. Just have a look, and he wants to keep coming sideways. He finds young McCarthy. Will, that is. The younger brother of Alex. Gets the ball moving pretty quickly to the chin. Samari wants to move it off the line again, and he does. Goes inboard, finds a teammate, quick hand. McCarthy, who kept on running, goes towards, comes to ground. Hernan wins it for the Raiders, and here they go through Hernan again.
Yeah, Hernan comes back and turns it inside. That one was to Baxter Jones. There was a one-on-one out here. It's between Scammell and also Will McCarthy. Scammell in trouble now. McCarthy wraps him up. Good footy from both players.
Yeah, absolutely. Take from Alex, Will McCarthy then, and just really on Archie Scammell there. So really good play there for the Rovers.
Lead here. Great on tackle. Top, Yeoman, Murray, great players. And in to gas. One to Will McCarthy. He's been far to the Catapan. Back to Will McCarthy. Spins around. Try to get the handball to Catapan. Ended up with Brad St. John, and they go down to the flank. Through Tom Brasher's fine line through Chamberlain. Free inside 50 early days final term.
Yeah, just a couple of pieces in this last quarter for the 40 Winks stat sheet. The Raiders have been able to put one major in this last quarter.
Gone 3 and a bit minutes on the NZ Albury time clock in this last quarter. Ball gets thrown in about 70 metres away from the Raiders' goal. Cots has been big today. He's won a few taps and really tackle on Brad St. John. Going to be a free kick there. Sam Catapan put him down. What is 40 free kick?
He's coming up for his 23rd disposal of the game. He's just been building nicely. He had 8 disposals in the third quarter.
Really good today, I reckon. I reckon he's great decision making. For the Wangaratta Rovers, goes back, finds Lockie McCartney. McCartney now just goes short the follow. Brad follow. O'Brien, it's a poor kick. Don't normally say about Brody follow. Now Shulman gets it, bang, back inside 50 for the Raiders. White from behind. There's pressure. And now joins in. Who's free kick going the other way of Nick Brasher for holding the man. Shot. Out.
Yeah, really tight angle. It's going to take a step here. I'm not too sure if it will be a drop punt man, but we'll find out. Probably here the pass they'll let you know if this one goes through.
His way now. Right foot. If you don't from him, puts it straight through, gets their second for the class, send the 8-8, 86 on the Wodonga board.
Yeah, really nice finish there. Brasher, second goal of the game as well, and just the Raiders, just a real glimmer of hope. And last end this game out, there's still plenty of time. 30 points. It's going to take a monumental effort to get over the top of the Rovers here in this last term.
That's it, Freaky. So the margin of 5 on 14.94. The pitches on the live stream brought to you by Snap Print Solutions. 23 degrees in Wodonga today. Was supposed to reach. It's been super. Let's have a look. Gee, if the Raiders get the next one, the home crowd is really going to get a rocking here at Burley Park. Oh. There's Lewis. Couldn't quite reel it in. Taylor was on.
Towards Gaston and Murray. Ball comes to the front. Alex McCarthy just keeps working hard for his team. Finds Garish. Garish now gets it across to Catapan. Catapan back to Garish. Now finds a teammate, and it's Finn Osborne. Osborne out wide to Marklew. A long way from home, Marklew, still 90 metres away. Nice penetrating kick out into space. And Lockie O'Brien runs onto it. Got a great bounce. Lockie O'Brien, just couldn't finish the work. Great pressure applied from Sam Darley, but should have been a lot better there from Lockie O'Brien.
Yeah, just that little bit of pressure was enough to put him off his kick there. But Lockie O'Brien already up to 4 disposals in this last term on the 40-wink stat sheet.
Yeah, 37 points now. So it's 7 goals. It's going to be hard for the Raiders, but he will not turn it up. Here's Osborne. Backward of centre wing on the far side.
That scoreboard's wrong.
Yeah, I was about
to Murray.
I've got
31 points, I reckon.
Yeah, I agree.
31, so...
I reckon they gave that last Raiders point.
Yeah, they did too.
To a goal to Rovers.
They did, so... Well done, boys. Well picked up. But Murray, in the meantime, has gone into Mark Clue. He's going to be shooting for half a dozen, Freaky.
Yeah, he will be. Really nice getting vision there from Sam Murray to find Alex Markley. Just worked into a little bit of space. And as you said, going for his sixth goal today. Probably could have had a couple more. Made a few mistakes up there. Took the player on the wrong time at different stages. But he's getting himself a handful in the end. And he's really showing his class this afternoon.
Alex McCarthy shooting to the Emerald Avenue end. By the time he makes contact with his share, it'll be 40 out, directly in front. And I reckon he's pushed that right. He has, and he's missed. Still has 5 on the board, though.
5 goals, 3 I've got him for, boys. So
yep.
A lot of chances gone begging.
88 plays 56. Wodonga Border Carpet scoreboard. NZ Albury time clock has gone almost 9 final term.
The Raiders now through Sam Darley. He'll bring it back in. Plays on, as all players do these days, goes long, goes towards Ellis Yeoman, well worked off the ball. No, the umpire says it was in the back, so it'll be a free kick. Kotz has kept moving. Oh, he wanted to pay it, I reckon, Ash Broughton. He wanted to pay the advantage, but said, no, I'll bring it back, and Cam Ellis Yeoman will get another 40-wing stat here. He's just looking for a teammate. A lot of one-on-one contests all over the ground. He's found one he likes now, and it's Cribbs. Harvey Cribbs. Been serviceable back there today. Now he goes wide. Finds a teammate in Hernan. Hernan's not sure what to do. Goes short to a one-on-one glass. I reckon that's more in the back. It is. Be a free kick to Justin Lewis, and he'll send the Rovers back into attack.
Yeah, Lewis. So he's a fair way from home. Concedes a little ground to Will McCarthy, who's been good today. And then sends it in to Parnell. Short one. 20 metres to Catapan. How many now, Freaky? 40-wing stats?
He's coming up for his 25th disposal of the game. He's been really solid for the Rovers today.
And Sam back to Parnell. To Catapan, then on to Philo. So they build up some stats there. Then to Gaston, back to Philo. They come this way. This will end up with Charles Ledger. Takes the mark. Now they're on the broadcast side. They've switched it right around to the opposite side. Here's McQuaid.
They stat pattern, you reckon, boys?
Yeah, so they're going to burn some time off the clock here. Don't forget at the conclusion of this game, at around about 5, we're heading to Normans for the Maggies and the Doggies. Far side, Will McCarthy. They go down the line, the Rovers. And the ball now is with McCartney. And they're playing around with it now, Scotty.
Yeah, absolutely they are. As Catapan went back to Ellison. Ellison now goes back to Catapan. A lot of stat padding going on here, boys. Just trying to get these numbers up. And it finds its way to Lewis. Lewis would pump it long, I reckon, and he does. Oh, what a kick that is. Finds O'Brien, who worked really hard on the lead there, but what a kick from Lewis. Did not get above head high, over about 35 metres, and hit the chest of Lockie O'Brien, who presented really well.
I don't know if it's a bit of stat padding or the Raiders had set up defensively behind the ball pretty well there.
No, I'm going stat padding.
Or you can go with that, Monty, if you want. And yeah, but just really nice.
O'Brien now, oh, that's lazy defending from the Raiders. Great vision and great kick from Lockie O'Brien, who's found Alex McCarthy in a much better position. About 35 out, 40 out, slight angle. Shouldn't be any issue for distance or angle, I don't think, here.
We just go quickly around the grounds for Mr. Stove's pool run of the game at Albury Sports Ground. Lavington up by 21 points there now, 59 to 38.
59 to 38, the Panthers.
McCarthy makes his way in, sets sail from just outside 40. Just a single here for Alex McCarthy. Takes them to 13-11-89, 8-9-57 the Raiders. That's a 32-point lead on the Wodonga Border Carpets scoreboard.
And Freaky, that was 21 minutes gone at the sports ground, was it?
No, 21 points the difference.
Sorry. Now this is turned over. Will McCarthy into the pocket, too easy. And the mark is taken by Sam Murray.
What's a game next week, Will McCarthy? I think, as you touched on there, Lukey, he's been really good, particularly in this second half. He's really built into the game and he's really had an influence across that wing and half-back line for the Wangaratta Rovers.
Here goes Sam, left foot. Snaps and snaps truly. 95 to 57 at Birrelly Park. That's 3 for Sammy on the Wodonga Border Carpet scoreboard. And so the Rovers will pick up the points here. If you missed it in the Queen Elizabeth in Sydney, it was Pride of Jenny for Declan Bates and Kira Ma winning from Via Sistina, and also Mr. Brightside Cascadian finishing 4th. Pride of Jenny in the Queen Elizabeth. Freaky.
Yeah, if we go around the grounds for Mr. Stokes Pool and the other games in the Ovens and Murray, North Albury too strong for Cora, Rutherglen 132 to 41, and Yarrawonga have kicked away against Myrtleford 83 to 51 in that game.
Very good. Now, sorry, Freaky, how far have we gone at the sports ground?
I'll be able to find. Just give me a minute, Lukey.
You're throwing him under the pump here. Vax would normally have that, but anyway. Tap one by Simpson in the middle, but it goes straight to O'Brien, who gives it to his ruckman in Gaston. Gaston with a beautiful kick out in front of Booth. Gone a bit quiet in this second half, Booth. Ball gets tapped out there by the Raiders, and away they go. Hernan gets grabbed without the footy. Umpire says play on. Ellis Shulman gives a handball, but cut off by Amory for the Rovers. Oh, great vision. Elijah Amory finds Brody Philo in a heap of space, and he thinks he's going to pass it off, but there's no way Brody Philo's passing from within 60.
Well,
he's not passing. He likes to feign like he's going to, Lukey, but he never will.
He sold it to me anyway.
Well, he's turned his back on the play now, so he's definitely not passing it off. And just looking at the sports ground, going off Play HQ, it says there's nearly 21 minutes gone in the last quarter there.
Okay. Nearly over there. Brody Philo gets moving, kicks it from 45. And again, another single to the Wangaratta Rovers. Down that end, they're all kicking it to the right. There might be a bit of a breeze happening down that end, I think, boys. But that scoreboard now goes to 96 to 57 for Wodonga Border Carpets, and we've gone 14 and a half minutes on the NZ Albury time clock.
It's about that time in the game, Monty. We need to start thinking about the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. Any candidates that come?
I reckon there's probably 3 out there at the moment that really got their hand up there. So
let go of some information.
I'll just make my way down there, and you blokes will see who I pick, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, interesting.
I know how you statsmen go. You try and push me one way, and the callers normally try and push me one way. So, anyway, I'll pick one and we'll go from there.
Kick from the fullback position. It's gone out of bounds. I reckon Sam Murray.
Have you got any suggestions?
Yeah, Sam Murray, Sam Catapan, and Lockie O'Brien.
They're up there. Mark Lou as well.
Yeah, I had Alex in there.
Yeah, okay.
Catapan, yeah, he's probably the 4th.
Rightio, here we go. Boundary throwing. Down left of our broadcast spot. In front, here's Sam Catapan. Hooked it over his shoulder. Gaston. Done some good things today. Alex McCarthy on to Catapan, out to Gaston. Centre and kicking Mark Clue. Oh, try to hold his ground. You know, he fights away for the ground level, knocks it out the back to Garish, on to Sam Murray, hooks it back. Look at that. Oh, Amory put it down. Alex McCarthy, he's wrapped up. Umpire to take it here, Scotty.
Yeah, it would have drowned him if it was a watermelon, wouldn't it, boys? Straight through the hands there of Elijah Amory. You want that one again, but the ball gets tossed up. 40 out from Rovers' goal. Clean again, Catapan. Jeez, he's been good in this last quarter. Finds Philo. Kick knock his best. Maxi Glass chops it off. Great fight from Stewie Booth. Ball keeps going now. He's going straight towards the boundary. And we'll have a boundary throw-in, will we? No, doesn't quite get there. Stewie Booth falls over. Ball stays in. I think he's going to get pinged. Someone's going to get pinged. I'm not sure who. Stewie Booth, I think it is.
Said he dragged it in.
Oh, he's stiff there?
Maybe a little bit. Just to go back to Catapan as well, Monty, just in this last term, he's up to 10 disposals on the 40-week stat sheet.
He had 10 in about 10 seconds before, didn't he? Just doing that little stat padding minute they had going on through the middle of the ground. As the Raiders now get moving, Harry Sweetman over the top of him. Jackie Garish picks it up cleanly, gives a handball to O'Brien, put him down for another 40 weeks. And that man, Philo, as well, who sets sail from 55, goes down towards the coach, Sammy Murray, and he's going to get a free kick for too high. And he'll go back and put this one through, I reckon, boys.
Sammy Murray, he's having a really good game here today. He's up to these 20 disposals now. He's lining up for his 4th goal for the game. Not too many. Don't remember too many games, Monty, in previous when Murray's been playing. He's kicked multiple goals in a match.
No, well, because he's normally been down back.
And he's passed it off to Catapan. Oh, no, Stewie Booth, is it? Sorry?
Yeah, Stewie Booth.
Yeah, a nice bit of space there. And be a good little bit of reward if Booth got his 3rd one here. He's had a really strong game himself as well today.
Yeah, unselfish there from the coach. That's what you want to see, isn't it? When you got to go on a heap of space, if you're going to preach a message that you want guys to find someone in better room, you got to make sure you do it. And Sammy Murray right there could have gone back for number 4, but has decided Stewie Booth in a better position. He can go back and line up for his 3rd goal of the game. On the move now. He'll set sail from 30, and again, pushes it to the right, which is where everyone from that end that's been missing has headed. Goes through. And we've gone 17 and a half minutes on the NZ Albury time clock. 40-point margin to the Wangaratta Rovers on the Wodonga Border Carpets scoreboard.
Yeah, so they'll make it 3 on the trot, the Rovers. So we've still got a bit of time left in this game. 18 gone to the NZ Albury time clock. They won the derby at Normans against the Maggies in round 1. And they easily accounted for the Roos in round 2. That was at WJ Finlay last weekend by 47 points, and they lead this one by 40, 97 to 57. So could this be the year of the Rover? 30 years since they won a premiership in the Ovens and Murray. Is O'Brien, swings it back. Oh, well done, Tom Brasher. Good hands. And wants to come out broadcast side, true half-back flank. And they have it at the moment. Kotzer strolling around. Simpson gets brought to ground.
I don't know if that's the ideal chain of possession. Your ruckman to handball it to your ruckman as well.
Yeah, it was sort of the blind leading the blind, wasn't it, Freaky?
Especially when you had Tommy Brasher running past, screaming for it if the effects mic, if anyone picked that one up.
And Brad St. John, short down the line to Tom Brasher.
Zachy Whitstead it is.
Whitstead it is, down. Yeah, another blue booter.
Kicks it down the line to that man, Nick Brasher. Gets over the back. Lockie McCartney for the Rovers now. Will start the rappel. Alex McCarthy. He's going to go back 45 metres. Finds O'Brien, who moves it on quickly back to Ledger. And we're still 20 metres back from where McCarthy had the first kick. In the back pocket. Ledger now goes short. It is going to take the heat out of this game, the Rovers. They're happy to just call this one a day, get the 4 points and get off the ground, I think, with no injuries.
You feel like it could be, as you say there, Monty, a really good opportunity for the Rovers to be able to utilise, be able to just hold some possession, because they're might be able to need to do it in a few games down the line of this year.
Absolutely, I think you're spot on there. As Baxter Jones come through there, showed a lot of courage, and Harry Sweetman throws it on the boot. But that man, Tom Boyd, another intercept mark. He's had plenty today.
He's another one you could throw in the hat for any time fitness player of the day. I feel if a backman persuades you, he moves the needle for you at all.
I like backman. Oh, no. I don't think this is right by the boundary umpire. You're allowed to play on. He wasn't called to play on. So I think the umpire's going to reset the mark and they'll go again here, won't they?
Yeah, so we've got a conference here between the boundary
Tommy Boyd's not happy, and I don't blame him, boys, because
Yeah, you're going to have to call that one. I did not see that at all.
No, he moved off his line to move play on straight away. It's not like he tried to dance around someone outside the boundary line. So, anyway, ball comes in. Ellis Yeoman gets to the front, falls. Tom Boyd goes on. He's going to boot it this time, and he does. And it go clear and kick for the Rovers as they move forward now.
So on the outer side here, centre wing, Bowie trying to shake off Osborne. Glass took it though for the Raiders. Ends up with Wilson for the Rovers. Away he goes inside 50, Emerald Street end. Mark Clue dropped it. Cribbs got there, just interrupted the play. Nice work, Freaky.
Yeah, it certainly was. He's done a few nice things today. Cribbs down to that back half. Obviously, Mark Lewis probably has got his number today, kicking the 5 goals, but he has done some nice things down there.
97 plays 57. Wodonga Border Carpet scoreboard. Final term. Rovers with a 40-point lead. And they'll get the points here, round 3. And 14.94 to AY. And the live stream is Brasher. Back pocket to Sature. Haven't seen much of him today against his old club. Reels it back to Darley. Sam, defensive 50 here for the Raiders. Seen a bit of that footy today. Glass. And then ripped around was Baxter Jones.
Sling.
Yeah, umpire didn't like it. So Baxter will take the kick here.
A few tired boys out there now, isn't there, boys?
Yeah, spot on.
There is Freaky this way to Mitch Way. He's got Cam Ellis Yeoman on. Completely ignores him. Now he's under pressure. That's bad footy from Mitch. Yeah, that's
Pressure
bad.
from Lewis was great, but wasn't it? Did not give up on it at all.
Just had to move it on quicker, Freaky.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got some really good group of small forwards down there, the Rovers, that do a lot of little pressure acts like that. Between Justin Lewis, Stewie Booth today, Dylan Wilson. Probably nearly got the best small forwards in the competition as a group, as pressure forwards as well. So it's really something that they can hang their hat on this year, the Rovers.
Really scrappy play there from the Rovers, and well done Baxter Jones. He's been slung around as well by McCartney, and I think he's going to get pinged here. He is. Umpire Broughton pings him, and Lockie McCartney will get the free kick. And I reckon the next 5 minutes could be boring footy from the Rovers. I don't feel they're going to try and move it too expansively. As you can see, they're already going sideways and backwards and just trying to control the game. As Chamberlain finds Garish right in front of the Raiders bench. Garish goes back about 45 metres backwards, straight into a back pocket to Tom Boyd. Boyd now is going to go back towards Garish. And he's gone straight over the top. Ellis Yeoman takes the mark, plays on straight away, dances around Chamberlain, goes for a snap from 45 out and misses.
Gee.
Looked good from here, but the umpire in a much better position than us said, no, boys, that's a single. Minor score. Takes them up to 58. Rovers for a 97. That's a 39-point lead on the Wodonga Border Carpets. We're going 23 minutes on the NZ Albury scoreboard.
He just buys himself a bit of extra time, Freaky. Just when you think he's going to kick it or move the ball on, he balks around and goes another 5. And there's been a turnover here coming out, a defence here from the Rovers, and that's ordinary. And the mark has been taken by Harry Sweetman.
Yeah, just poor skill execution, bit of fatigue probably in that kick as well late in this game as well. It's been quite warm out there today, and as you can see, there's plenty of boys over on their haunches. So, yeah, just poor skill execution there for the Rovers.
So Harry Sweetman here to have a shot, 45 out, netball court end. He's virtually directly in front. He's given it some air, it's going. That's a great kick. Well done, Harry. That's a goal for Harry Sweetman. Into the team this week. Didn't play against the Tigers, and they pick up a major, Freaky.
Yeah, and if we just go quickly around the ground, so Mr. Stove's Pool World, all over at the Albury Sports Ground. Wangaratta Lavington have defeated Albury 60-39. Lavy getting maybe a little bit of revenge for some games that they lost last year with poor kicking. Albury kicked 4-15 and lost by 21 points, in that game.
That's a massive boilover, isn't it, early on in the season?
Yeah,
probably one of the bigger ones apart from North Albury last week. We just keep seeing them, don't we? So it's great to see, and it's great for the competition. It means that there's a lot of clubs that are alive and keeping the other teams that we normally think are going to be top 3 spots in their spot, really. As Kotzer wins that tap, but Gaston does the roving, gets on the boot quickly, finds Will McCarthy, bounces off his chest. Elijah Amory goes now inside 50. Goes towards Marklew. Marklew brings it to ground. Jack Garish's first there. No, Marklew gets him out of the way. Finds a handball now to O'Brien. O'Brien on the boot quickly from 50, off one step. It's going to be just short. Great grab taken back there by Hernan. As the umpire is just blowing the whistle a little bit for fun. They get it moving now. He's going to go towards Kotzer and Gaston. He's going to get at the back, and Gaston's going to take the mark.
Yeah, so we've gone over 25 here, final term. O'Brien, oh, that was a spear, but it was indirected. And the Raiders hold up in defence. Sweetman, who kicked the last goal. That one is intercepted off the ground. Will McCarthy, or along the ground, I should say, and that one's gone through for a behind. So 98 plays 64 here. Rovers well up, final term on the Wodonga Border Carpet scoreboard. And we're gone nearly 26 now, Freaky, for NZ Albury.
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to tickle you with the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day, Monty, but 22 disposals Lockie O'Brien's had in the second half on the 40-wing stat sheet.
How many have in the first?
He had 13. He only had 3 disposals in the first quarter.
Yeah, right. As Allison now gets tackled over for a boundary throw-in. Not a lot happened in the last 30 seconds, so just go through a few more of those 40-wing stats, please, Freaky.
Yeah, as we said, Lockie O'Brien up to 32 disposals on the game. Sam Catapan's up to 30 disposals. Brody Fowler up to 27 on the 40-wing stat sheet, and Cam Ellis-Yeoman is up to 32 disposals for the Raiders.
Some big numbers there for some players there on the 40-wing stat sheet. Ball gets tossed in, Kotzer wins the tap. Down in front towards Sweetman. Sweetman does well, taps it out to a teammate. Oh, what a pick-up from Dylan Wilson. Tackled straight away, gets it across to Amory. And gets tackled. Bit of a ball up, throw in. What's the umpire going to go with here? Both umpires blew the whistle at exactly the same time. We're going to have a ball up. Field umpire just feels like he hasn't had much to do today. So he's going to throw it up. About 40 away from the Rovers' goals. Cots has been good off here. And there goes the siren. It's a win of the Rovers. 14-14, 98. The Raiders, 9-10, 64. Just a little bit too much class there, the Rovers, in this second half.
Yeah, they certainly did. They were able to show their class and be able to kick away in this game. Really strong victory for them, but the Wodonga Raiders can really hold their head up high, Lukey. I thought they tried really hard all day, but as Monty touched on there, just the class of the Wangaratta Rovers was too much to be able to too much for them and be able to get the points today, and keeps their undefeated start going, Lukey.
Yeah, that's it, Freaky. So the Rovers, 3 on the trot in season 2024, a 34-point margin when it was all said and done at Birrelly Park. Again, that final score, the Wang Rovers 14-14, 98. The Wodonga Raiders 9-10-64. Yeah, you're right, Freaky. They were gallant. They fought tooth and nail, the Raiders. They didn't turn it up at any stage, but the Rovers pulling away. And didn't they blow it apart in that third term? 7 goals to 1, and that really set up the win.
Yeah, it certainly did. It really gave them that bit of momentum. As we touched on it, it was only 10 points at half-time in this game, but then completely able to break the game open in that third quarter. As you said, Luke, they had kicked 7 goals in the term from 9 inside 50s. Just really efficient when they did go inside their forward 50, and they took full toll of it. And as we touched on, Lockie O'Brien and Brody Fowler in that third quarter were the 2, and Sam Catapan as well. Sorry, the 3 of those guys really got the game in their favour. O'Brien had 12 disposals in the quarter, Philo 10, and 8 for Catapan on the 40-wing stat sheet in the third quarter alone, and really broke the game open for the Rovers and gave themselves the 4 points. And as you say, again, started the season 3-0. They'll move into next week. They've got a really big game next week down at WJ Finlay Oval, I believe, against the Albury Tigers, who we just heard had lost today against the Lavington Panthers. So that sets up a huge clash next weekend.
Certainly does. And as we said, 30 years since the Rovers won their last cup, 1994. You've got to wind the clock back to. And well, this year they're going to be right around the money, Freaky.
Yeah, certainly will be. And obviously they've still got to bring Will Christie back into this side as well. He had obviously missed today's game, and they still got some classy players that they can bring into this side. So it's going to be a really, really good. They're going to be a really strong side and really hard to beat throughout the year. And I think Monty's down there with our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day.
Yeah, Anytime Fitness Player of the Day, boys. Lockie O'Brien, mate, really good win there, especially after half-time. They really had a really good second quarter, the Raiders, but you guys after half-time really put the foot down.
Yeah, they were really impressive, I thought, especially in their midfield. We probably thought that we were going to get a bit more aggressive and things like that this week. But yeah, to their credit, they came out, and obviously Cam and the rest of the brigade in there worked really hard. But thought the way that we changed our game in the second half was a credit to us, and it's definitely something that we tried to work on after last week.
And it looks like you went into a couple of different game modes over the game, mate. You just controlled the footy. You guys through the middle of the ground were probably a big part of that, and just went backwards when you had to and then shot forward when you needed to.
Yeah, it's probably like the biggest adjustment for a lot of us is that because there's so much space on these ovals, we're going really quick, and we've got a young, obviously pretty fit team. So once we're learning that obviously the right game modes to be in at certain times of the game and also in specific areas, it really allowed us to actually get up and then defend the front half as well. So you probably saw a lot more turnovers in that second half of the game that was front of 50, which was great for us.
Oh, Lockie, we'll let you go. Go and enjoy it. Well done, mate. Well played, and Anytime Fitness Player of the Day.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah, there he was, the very classy Lockie O'Brien taking out the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day here on O&M Live between the Rovers and the Raiders. And Fricky, as you said, so a slow start to the game for Lockie, but he worked his way into it. He's got a big tank, and once everyone started to tire a little, he just kept going to another notch.
Yeah, and just his class and his ball use came to the fore as well in that second half of that game. As we see both teams have lined up, obviously got the women's game about to start here at Birrelea Park between the Wangaratta Rovers and the Wodonga Raiders. It's good to see both the men's teams in a bit of a guard of honour for the girls as they run out on the ground in today's game. But yeah, Lockie O'Brien, he's just his fitness and just his ability to cover the ground really came to the fore, and it was really impressive to be able to see them get the points today. And yeah, they're going to be a hard team to beat this year, Lukey.
Absolutely, Freaky. There's no doubt about that. Rightio. And as you said, yeah, wonderful to see the boys staying out on the ground here. Guard of honour for the Rovers and now the Raiders as they make their way out onto Birrelea Park. So that's good for the crowd to stick around and watch this game as well, Freaky, because, I mean, if you can get a game, a double header,
it's great.
Yeah, it makes it worth coming down, doesn't it?
I reckon this is about the third or fourth year in a row that the Rovers and Raiders have played the girls' game after it here as well. So really good initiative from both teams to be able to get the girls on and get the girls' game on here after this. And yeah, hopefully the crowd can stick around and cheer them on.
Beautiful. So very shortly, well, hopefully Scotty can work his way into the huddle down there, the Rovers sheds, and we'll be able to catch the song. But gee, they've been impressive, particularly in the second half where they just really wound it up and unleashed the Rovers to pull away. Here we go, 98-64, the final score. Yeah, a bit of gusto in that one, Freaky.
Yeah, certainly, definitely was there. That well fought victory for the boys, and yeah, I'm sure they'll celebrate it hard tonight as well.
Raiders can be proud.
Definitely.
So we've just mentioned how, well, prior to the game too, just watching the footage back last week of them versus the Tigers, they just had a lot more presence physically. When you saw them line up against the Tigers last week, yeah, okay, it didn't work out for them on the scoreboard, but their intent was strong around the footy. They showed that again today. There were many times where you just thought, okay, the Rovers are going to get on top here and they're really going to pull away, but that didn't happen for a long time in this game.
Yeah, it certainly didn't. The Raiders, as you say, can certainly keep their heads held high, and it's pretty much everything that Lewis Waters spoke to us before the game. Hard-fought game rather when you play us no matter what, and yeah, really good game for them, but outclassed in the end by a team that had a little bit more experience and just, yeah, it was bit more clinical when they needed to as well. So really good win from them. But as you say, the Raiders can definitely walk away from this game with their heads held high.
Very good. We'll take a break here from Birrelea Park. It's been the Rovers at full time. They've been too good by 34 points. This is an O&M Live. And remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.